Well, good evening, Mama Kwaba. Just you media. You are live on OK 101.7 FM. Ship House, Abeka Junction, production team Nina Atnasia, Yedi Medi Bremo. Now, Unim say Ship House today, despite media bros and Kessim, and I will contributing to Mother Ghana and cost one in development, especially under this Fourth Republic. Yeah, we just ushered in a new president. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yara vim lady. Nene. And send me bray and obeti pressure. President Mahama so. Pressure of President Mahama so. But so that same consume my any high life radio more fire DMV. And King's Jersey Radio pick live or New Jersey Abrochi Memo. You were live also Migacho FM Okukren to me and you're live Naspa Radio UK. You were live. Adam for media. Baby, I hope near you. Good evening. Akwaba so enko emma. Said me can from a vim lady. But the link never to because this is a programmer. Do you use technology to build online, on radio, everywhere? We are there. Said you buy in I bet what to now my Ghana na ako enim. But I first akwa we so my yenu abema Kofi Adoma when you so efrimu. Ye man efrimu. Afrimu ye pekosue bi ato amanadi se no hoto no kulia na ye do twedian po kropon na nkasa oto soro na ote na benwa kese no soso no ase se wahwe ye nua be ma Kofi Adoma ho amayen na ote nkom enkwa na hia bibia aka bia asorfo ya abam ya mo se the devil is a liar obi eni wono mo betimi aye di onyankopon ahehye na na bebam nti ye nua be ma Kofi Adoma nyankopon hwe oso na oma wo ahodin na oma wa enkwatente ni said wahwe wo kra bedu no ye da yo twedi amponyakopon ase because onam ni ba bi o okoye adwuma o doma ono ani diemu o doma brekum de Kofi Adoma bi enim se ni diemu no anye nchen na asem kese akwakoto no adwuma we obi ehwa na boss anyim no te adwuma ye owu adwuma o adwuma ni adwuma ketwa enkropo ni ade na journalist for ye na ye kwotro edu politics na Kofi Adoma na nkasa wa bre woni wiase onam no wa bre Kofi Adoma bre me kai say 2004 na ye bru Kofi Adoma wa MPP headquarters ade na say ya na ye wo say ya na enu kwa na enuma news ma fre Kofi Adoma o ma me hu de akoso wa MPP headquarters na party for ko mo ntoko journalist o woni ba bi o ko report Yebre hu ya budi ni aburu Kofi Adoma jeze di phone kra hu baby o ye yem hye sa in the line of duty it we sa okodoma okwakoye adwuma o ena ahemfu yi ba etuo na ya bibi o machi na ye to pay ena eboba ni bi ekokan no a akonani no nti no ye do twedi ampase ni yire so nana yakopon hira papa na yire na ye pila ogina na chi o tam ni kunu ase debi on tra ho ema agrobia ma nti domahene ne domafo nyina ese mo amomfa mo ho ode nta na chi because e ho na asem ni besi ye na mo ko hwe na chira kwan hwe se mu nua no munti no nam enka wada o wanka wada ba munti no nam na asem abeto no ama eju obuba akoka na ani no so ho nti no Nyankopon daroma Dr. Foguso hwe no a sisi a oye stable nti obi anka na koma to ne yem ne mu ye guso a ye pempaibo no momfa mpaibo no ntaechi said e ba ne ho beto no completely na wa beto na adwuma a oye so because oye national asset magana adwuma a Kofi Adoma ye from asresem to one ni nyina no okutem to we are really praying double hard so Nyankopon nye no over time na onhwe no so emaye ensa mmeka yensa ofie sisi ade o hospital but oye stable ha eti yanko yasem no so said them kind we jaso dwumedi live okay 101.7 FM ho asem ne ye dey bro na pressure e da Mahama so nkofo de omu CVC ve na akogu o party supporters minim se mu CVC ka ho a but nkofo de omu CVC akọ entampfuri President Mahama ye selection security wasan ye selection ama ye friends wasan ye selection in terms of regional ministers and it shows you say Mahama ye crowd say you face it and now we are no copy or boko Odu bokwa gidi. No any security for in Asia. It shows you say Mahama is ready, and he ever ready to say ever ready battery. Say obey eduma. Now you better issues be a Mahama cash war ban or they agenda near the ababeto. One of them, Mahama cash obey a port to one semi to obey a duty. So that course no share at a force interview because they see they are determined. Say they will do what is necessary, what is good. They are here, they accept attack. So make me abuama port duties na abafom. We look at port duties no and so NSR issues no arising. But for now, yes, Mahama ministers no do omaba. Mahama ministers or do omaba. First and foremost, you need to have because there's a security update. I mean of Kofi Boacheka, he is the director of operations at Jubilee. And with Kofi Boache on one side, Julius Debra as chief of staff on one side. For the next 4 years, you know, Masubeyeshe, Papa. But again, no him. Make us ask him when you know. I was saying, me share the class so ya apology ma yera afenyo market. What I say? I was saying me share that apology ma afenyo market because you see now no afenyo market mo call parliament and afenyo market really for MPP for. NBC for na me kwa me kata afenyo market dey ohunhun na afenyo market nwuram na akofo no enti onye study but wo hwe America for vetting Donald Trump nkofo we yi omo a opeso ne omo ye adwuma no America Senate vetting e course tumi se Ghana ye di agro Ghana dane scratch my back and scratch your back wo hwe America for vetting pa omo ya na just afenyo market onye hwe e was afenyo market cry encouraging no ye bika ho. Because the kind of vetting also broach any other places no jai. Trump minister back away, you know. Oba kwa wako fan okra we nya ho asem. Then of fan irechi. And you enti ye dia na ye we vetting ha ne dia ta agro ne yedi. The vetting that goes on in other places no enye easy. Enti efri na corner was say ye bo afenyo market ba so ne san man ink kura gum sa afenyo market fire ho. Heckling is allowed in parliamentary first practice. But the kind of questions or mubusa or Congress for no and yeah grown or mubusa yet they give a past record. Their work out and it makes me miss Obiti says Sweeney on the appointment committee. And man I feel Obiti say ora no yeah first okuye to black am free appointment committee so ora no more because usually no so could you tell me what MP NDC members no more committee in this one to me share them busa question be more because na to usually no say MPP ministers any ever to my MPP form busa questions no to person massage but say NDC na wo no ma MPP for no that question say MPP su ministers so be NDC that question so could you send come afenyo market they also no me person me bought video be from US. Any congressional here to say Ghana baptism of
just fathered a child 2 months before by a woman that was not your wife. I am shocked that you would stand here and say you're completely cleared. Can you so casually cheat on a second wife and cheat on the mother of a child that had been born 2 months before, and you tell us you are completely cleared? Senator, how is that a complete clear?
Senator, her child's name is Gwendolyn Hope Hegseth, and she's a child of God, and she's 7 years old.
And she was, and you cheated on the mother of that child less than 2 months after that daughter was born, didn't you?
Those were false charges. Well, no, fully investigated, and I was completely cleared. And I am so grateful for the marriage I have to this amazing woman behind me.
You've admitted that you had sex at that hotel in October 2017. You said it was consensual, isn't that correct?
Anything?
You've admitted that it was consensual, and you were still married, and you just had a child by another woman.
Again,
how do you explain your judgment?
Completely false charges against me. You fully investigated, and I was completely clear.
You have admitted that you had sex while you were married to wife 2 after you just had fathered a child by wife 3. You've admitted that. The incident in Monterey led to a criminal charge, a criminal investigation, a private settlement, and a cash payment to the woman who filed the complaint. And there was also a non-disclosure agreement, correct?
It was a confidential settlement agreement off of a nuisance lawsuit.
Right. During an interview, you claimed that you settled the matter because you were worried that if it became public, it might hurt your career. Do you maintain that you were blackmailed?
Senator, I maintain that false claims were made against me. And ultimately,
your attorney
those
used
false
the
claims,
phrase,
I have the opportunity to attest my innocence in those false claims.
But you didn't reveal any of
Wait, America, America, fire for fire. Even young Ghana for America, him say anything goes. And you see, obviously, why are we comparing America to Ghana? Omo constitution na kra. Omo kofa part of America constitution and the best Ghana constitution. Young Ghana your constitution, part of it, separation of powers, which is the bedrock of democracy na here and multi-party democracy. If you America, you copy America democracy. It's in comparison. No more constitution now 1992 the America beba partly American constitution and partly a British a parliamentary constitution. Ghana your constitution. Compare. That's exactly how it is. Into a big question. And this is similar to Remodacha. I mean, Remodacha, say, I am a member of ORI. This is one of the things where Dr. Richard Anane, former Minister for Roads and Highways, they copy a parliamentary caucus anymore parliament. Anane Kofa Obawa America. Yasuma HIV conference. Oko no ko bieja. And I collect free mobile HIV conference. Oh, HIV, one of the key things here, they preventing HIV, a condom. They call conference on America uncle you took condom or cover brony bag say now you so fit maybe now you so fit no cover no and you see the bedrock and your morality it's about integrity because warrior a contract and our forming no so the question that they are asking a nominee no American it's about say into our warrior that is a properly constituted marriage contract. How fast are we in a chico chimp na? And therefore, it's a question of your integrity. I want America for no corner. So the same way near the Bagana, can we ask those questions? In fact, the entire maker said, I miss Suhini on the appointment committee because Suhini was okay a Jaco Nevetia. Suhini to me Cornechia ko investigate a Jaco. Now we have Bank of Bank of New York, some of the transactions, he brought receipts. But there was a question, I say, I your market heckle, and all you to know. Monday, criticize your market, but now I'm going back on my word to say, no, Yama, your market fire. Because you look at the questioning, I'm more question America for America, a Trump nominee, and your question, and now, Papa, you can find the military records. What's my man come back to work our military because then you are saying we are not equal before the law. U.S. Constitution to say everybody is equal. Say the Ghana Article 17 of your Constitution say there shall be no discrimination. That's why they were asking him the questions. And what's the difference between heckling or heckle Trump say they are not phenomenal here. That's why I'm saying that no, I'm going back. Now, Republicans, no, again, as usual, to say Ghana, also defending it, I'm not going to moral issues. I'm more senators, I'm more bones, and I'm more back. More can. Come on there, but you see, the fact that Obi doesn't stop anybody from questioning another person. What I say, it doesn't stop anybody. Or you on the floor of parliament, we got the committee. And as long as it is not breaching, the parliamentary standing orders. And that's a parliamentary rules no more matter. Okay, we are Ghana there now. Chairman of the appointment committee, a meeting. Then they set some standards. Standard in breaching one. And you're Republicans, so defense of them Trump nipano.
From Virginia starts bringing up the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job? How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night? Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job? And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down? No. But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because the man's made a mistake. And you want to sit there and say that he's not qualified? Give me a joke.
Republican nipa no so no be defending nominee no. Of you joke no mu jokey. Again, I'm like, what's your abonten? You don't understand say way parliamentary way Senate rules. They can bully you and they will bully you. Now, even the fact that who could draw as nominee to stand the women, to stand the women, you have what it takes, because it doesn't take only balls. It's how vetting we won't survive it. Ghana vetting, no, only balls I won't survive it. Nankampesa broche vetting. You understand? It's back to the other issue, no, which is that Mahama nominating ministers. Ministers are omubeye eduma. First one not by original ministers. Nkofo be braid your CV. Come on, Mahama to say pressure pa. And omode ma president Mahama. The new list. What I like about Mahama new nominees is that Emmanuel Dawson, because we are rooting for women. Greater courage, Linda Oklu or your MP. Or no representing your greater courage. Savannah region, President Mahama Nakasane region. Salisu I will be ono and minister for Savannah region, half region Charity Gardner. That's one good thing. Honestly, so now 2 women. Upper East region, Akambugri, Donatus, Atanga, on the Abema. Ashanti region, Dr. Frank Amakuni. I think that's what a lot of people are excited about Ashanti region. Because Ashanti region, Dr. Amakuhini, or a young man, you can see he's a very articulate, so solid guy. And when they just say, to me, Johnny, every say Ashanti region. Because Dr. Amakuhini is going to give to me a showdown. Now, one way you go when neutralizing a power Ashanti region. This is a very serious nomination. It shows you the NDC person Ashanti region. The future of NDC in Ashanti region, beyond 2028. We share the NDC nominee no more than a corner. And yeah, they want to do something beyond just 2028. And the Mahama New York or prepare ground, for the future policy. Oh, they shall nominations. Young men here do more bemuno. And yeah, as I'm he is preparing say Oniwa 4 years of training, 4 years, now on what me common. And these young people now will become the leaders of NDC. So Dr. Amakohe is leading as Ashanti regional minister. And you see, they are not Ashanti regional. If I say MPP who are going to me and 5 interchanges. If Dr. Amakohe is able to deliver, or to me deliver even 2, 3, one MPP for Ashanti region, World Bank they be a better than if say rural bank. They see also. What NDC, unless NDC messes up in Ashanti region. But with Dr. Mokuni, it's early days yet. Into the American train the Akosi. I'll come back to Akosi, so I'll come back to the LGBT, because apparently a bill now expire or parliament. But they say also Supreme Court am green light and say pass it. And a bill not so pass or parliament. Mahama so assure Mahama cannot afford not to sign the bill. Bill near Mahama must bring it. You see, and this is where we will test all politicians to see if their word is their bond. If their word is their bond, this one, because the way LGBT law no every year assembly, we are going to test what Mahama is going to do about this LGBT. Because where the Obetimi expire or parliament and the fault, and it's true, I expire or parliament, but Supreme Court I'm not go ahead, so we can bring the bill back to parliament again and start the process. Because it was one of the key promises under President Mahama. By February, I am a renegotiation bill. And once the MPP who said, "Now the cast one sign, I am a for the cast and can say LGBT bill near conditionality, but a conditionality I won't can about you." Inside, you better how this Abrofui will continue to manipulate President Mahama. Because usually Omuna eshechire. Omuna eshechire na ya ma LGBT no bill no to be called. And that's why people went to court. Say it is against human rights rules now Ghana constitution, particularly Article 17. There was a law professor who even took Article Section 104 of the Criminal Act to court. And when a year first foul or fascist sodomy no say so big of obi to a sodomy a criminal offense. But I have a court. His argument is that so big of obi to not so mummy and no say ya pay ya bewo ya to ya penisa Kofi Adama say anu bomb skits of Muscovich ya allow Supreme Court to know. Yoni Kulendi was very emphatic, said there is no way Ghana Bama home quite so be mayor Samin and pepper opa for America call water opa for UK call water na Ghana the haram yet. So let me take you back to the regional ministers again. Me say MPP for no with the selection of Dr. Mwakohini as regional minister. Say if NBC is able to deliver 3 interchanges out of the 5 interchanges, the MPP for promising Oman Yana 2028. MPP for confirm Baomia Pro Max. Baomia to the power 10 crown movie or Ashanti region. Because the NDC, and you see, it's not just about say Dr. Mwakohini. You have a Kofi Boache, a former IGP material who has gone on retirement, one of the most effective police commanders ever in the history of Ghana. We Namfuri Putan Namfuri money at everywhere. One of the most effective police officers of Ghana made history. Of course, to me making history, I can be any Mexico, there are police officers who infiltrate into the gangs. Drag just to catch them. Until let me not hear anybody who is going to use it against Kofi Boachena. Kofi Boachena making cocaine ebonidi. One Korema Kakas matching Kofana case na court. So Kofi Boachena, I'm blemished. He's a police officer. You cannot use 77 passes no against him. Until with Kofi Boachena on one side, Dr. Mwakohini money there on one side. NBC team now Ashanti region, 1 year MPP. Ashanti region 2028 a bad day. The other regions is a greater courage in the MPP. Almost survivor there, no. That depends also on how NBC may deliver. The way President Mahama starting we are praying that he will continue like that. But also continue so regional minister for Ashanti region, Dr. Mwakohini. The Northeast, Ibrahim Tia. Eastern region, so another Oba, a good one. Okay, I say under President Kufuor or BB Boateng. One of the most effective regional ministers in Eastern region. I want to hear Julo Zebraso region. It's also a ban or Mrs. Rita Akosia Awate. And I call Eastern region, Volta region, and say another Voltaire and say, Mama, only review more. Because before Ashanti region gave NDC 33%, there was Volta region giving them 198%. So Volta region, James Gunu, and I regional minister, Oti region, John Japon Kudio, he was MP for Akan constituency, KDB. So now he is the regional minister in Oti region. Northern region, Ali Adolf John. Again, this also shows you say when you are a part of President Mahama 60 ministers on the acquisition course. Now when President Mahama pressure about the son because on one year castle of 60 ministers that and also money pressure. And also money pressure send can beyond the 60 ministers. No, all for being home. And all for being home. No being home. With this series, I could go my dad's between our young day. And then the story that graphic, daily graphic for a year. And they were talking about how a pressure and that President Mahama so because everybody wants President Mahama to select them, including party food soldiers or more customary office in Munina or my day say or more customary one of President Mahama to me more position. But then say they don't make an own come on. A President Mahama opposition. So the issue has become very, very technical. Who should be selected among the 60? Who should be selected among the 60? This is the problem. This is the problem. So let me take you again to what graphic is saying. I just want to show you the headline now graphic. Who Who on the CV? Why not the CV that Mahama does as well? Or the man, why so there's a Opamon? This is it. Now, this is what graphic is saying. The Mahama faces a selection headache as piles of CV flood his office. The Mahama no piles of CV. And I'm flooding the office will be up a Mahama. Everybody wants Mahama say Mahama in the position. So beyond the CV, who should be selected, who should be left behind. That's the thing. One young fan, one young jano. This Mahama headache says here. Headache at them Mahama can say so. I don't know. And some about LGBTQ plus, and some about a economy immediately. Inflation must come down immediately. I was so much so much stabilizing CD. No, immediately also much saying immediately also I do maybe pie. Now I'm not telling my about but that is also not the only thing. Security couples now Mahama I selected including Kofi Boachi de ya. Now make of course may try say you're a poor and when then we'll go to the port and we'll look at the port issues too, because ports are not so tax the na Mahama year from emu the no the year juma. What I say, emu the no year from because already now no ye fifi. Ekasa he was telling us about say port no kwano. They are about 23 or 25 taxes in the port. 23, 25 taxes what port on kwan. In the see Mahama kaso better so no or teso no the ama hwan. What I say or teso no the ama hwan. Now, we have had because COVID-19 11 the year himself, whether we like it or not, it's going. COVID-19, whether we like it or not, that is going. 11, you know, is going to go, but where is it going? And the issue is these are the big issues that Mahama. I'm a headache about Mahama. And that is why we need to help President Mahama. We don't even know how it escalated. But say the security agencies did not promise Mahama, say they are ready to work with him. No, I like that idea. Ready to work with him, but it's easier said than done. Yeah, all the one don't realize today. It being count. Ready to work with him, but when you should there more ethnic groups. More ethnic groups. It may sound connected for what him, but let me read your cause. It looks like who to miss rain is over. To me there. About NBC for meaning of pass they will neutralize to me there. So what I say, to say, as for this one, if you are offbeat on the LGBT bill, can't be signed now. It has to go back to Parliament and reenact because by the rules of the private member bill, it is not passed. The bill is not passed again, but that Parliament is dissolved. A new Parliament. But this is what I said. So I expire. What do you understand by the word I expire, Nana? And I expire. Don't you say? Won't you say the wawa someone? George say, some George is quite and what the president said about the LGBT. No, some George is not quite. I mean, this week, some George has spoken. He's spoken about the LGBT bill. No? He has to go back to the process because we said it was stalled because there was a Supreme Court case pending. Supreme Court to be the assumption or invoke the first original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. It means something that will be to mean because so just a Supreme Court I can say a Supreme Court I can say, but unfortunately, by the time a Supreme Court can say Parliament a bill na passing into law no is expired. That's why the process has to start again. Matthew Mensah was saying Nana has been in power since NDC has been in power since 1979. And how old are you by that time? How old were you by that time? Stop the propaganda. We have nothing for the Ghana PNDC NDC. Do you have nothing for this country? Talk about the prices and how many people pay tax and stuff. Well, we spoke about how many people pay tax last week. You can go back and read about it. Regional minister cannot build interchange. Nothing can change the MPP. It's still the World Bank. Well, World Bank and 2.4 million of your supporters didn't come. No, yeah, can't so much. You never want to listen. Regional minister can lobby because central government, he operates through the regional ministers. They operate through the regional ministers. Bright to say it's normal party faithful, but by all means wish their people to be appointed to various positions. So that's not news. And now say your hot topic. Oh, show you as you and your hot topic. I had a fan hot topic. And I say Braco say if there still will be challenges, definitely. Challenges the baby ho. Challenges the baby ho. I don't tell you if you are suddenly some George, that's what to coin. LGBT as another on Tiana. On Tiana. And Kahu, KKC. Now, how many years they interchange? And it's a 4 years, 90 what? And you're almost 1 year interchange. No, what is going to happen? How many years they interchange? In fact, interchange when you have break power, 1 year wait me there. Any sika third world country, tina interchange back where ya bro. You don't want interchange, bro. Baby so. I was also saying did you listen to why JDM what JDM said about LGBT? Why can't he just sign the bill if it's that easy? Well, it's because the 10 year just started on 7th January. It didn't start before. What you say? It didn't start before, you know. And no, I don't know. Obrimpong, I say good evening. If you are also good evening, ma. What did you attempt there? Well, I'm gonna skip it because you know I'm them fans. Who did you attempt all them? And I say, "Beba, now I so come now. They go to Facebook. That's your own cup of tea." What you say? Ed, and therefore say the US the US vet, you know, or say it was a matter of morals. If we should go by that tangent, Afenyo himself would have no moral justification to ask any question. Yes, go by that tangent. What stops you? There's no law in Ghana that says that you can't go by moral, you can't do moral questioning before appointment committee in Ghana. In fact, in the past, moral issues have come up in Ghana Parliament. And the Ed Mefo, yet to say Ghana, if you haven't followed politics, maybe you haven't followed politics. But Ghana, moral issues have been raised before the vetting committee and appointment committee in Parliament. And is a classic example. What I say, other issues. Chairman Timba before the appointment committee and the question. It was about morality. What did you do in your previous employment? And then Abani say, Professor Phoebe of Kufuor time, Education Ministry, he was asked moral questions about Omasen are they from one woman or she no? Wow, baby, different women. What I say, moral issues have always come up before Ghana's parliament. It's in the US and when you use moral questions. It is part of your fabric. Tobo honum near maybe one now who ya now J Dazzle or say it was sad when I heard President Mahama submission about LGBT, you know, that he would never sign it. I don't think Mahama can say he would never sign it. Bill now expire. And they say, look, sign it or sign the sign. Bill now expire. He has to come back again to Parliament because the old Parliament they had approved it. But I think this is all part of a process to buy time because my catchers are not, they don't want to pass the bill. And they are trying to use it in so many areas to tie our hands behind our back. And Island, there are people from above. Burkina Faso judge for way gown from because don't Kodisika will be our no under military regime. But also because Kodisika will be one, definitely the person will give you conditionalities. Some of them are silent conditionalities, some of them are louder. And then Ghana and Kamala Harris in my country say, LGBT. Yeah, because we are all Kodisika. They have no to come and ask you for anything. What I said? 3051 I'll say some job the LGBT bill now we're done on Ghana and Tiabahe and then Brown say Mahama the best succeed with the kind of a year all with the kind of team I was selected from the security to regional ministers to Kakrano de Benin a solid and to obey me Eddie Abba I'm all the aye said they are there never see. Poverty and say, okay, you can use your phone to join, you know, and so that we can all join the discussion. I'm a few doctors, Mahama will succeed. Elizabeth, or say, if you love your program so much, I hope you remember me, your late mom, Alaji's wife, Music Power, Committee 2. Alaji's wife. Okay, mommy, do you see you late? Alaji's wife, now better me kai. Committee 2. Oh, music power. Music power. They say anymore. Then there what I antenna manako fashion said anymore. Music power. They say mumunye yikra mumunye a cry. One day, a guy, Auntie Elizabeth. It's a good evening. Why? Also, Mahama has been there before. Mahama only headache beer. That's one I agree. It's an catch a party for so said the fact some boka to Twasher offices so it's a disgrace. Mugu Mahama any matter. Because the guy has been there. The guy has been there. He knows what is going on. Akwasisi, if you please, we enjoy the program and then you never world boss and Bawai. Let's say your appetite. And the realize now world boss, he has a right to join. Freedom of expression, you can't stop world boss. Raymond Ellison, I see the LGBT bill was not a law because Parliament, the president did not sign it. It was passed by Parliament. Ghana has a constitution, Parliament, and all right to make laws. They are only assented. Assent. The president just assents. But Parliament passes a law. But it has to be effective by the assent of the president. The effect of separation of powers. And the effect say Parliament makes it law, but it's complete. And change a law, but it's complete. What I say? Because Parliament to me, and Parliament the president can also make laws by executive instruments. What I say? But Parliament is the bona fide body to make laws. Supreme Court, what they do, they interpret the law. There are three arms of government. It may make us the fact say president and sign it is law. It is law. It just has to be assented. That's the process. What's the process? Not here. Please, it's too early. Okay, Ashanti region will forever be MPP stronghold. Well, ma'am, don't say the Accra so folk never say never. Because it will forever be MPP stronghold upon NDC 33%. So certainly this election, it was not entirely a World Bank for MPP. Because the opponent to me no 33%. But to me cover water region, to me even a 33% and a 30%. Certainly it's not your World Bank. What at a World Bank you do? I'm it's a commercial bank who said you. Now Paul, what's it? Good evening, if you Mammy Chow no team in any Juma. Moye fellas say if you are looking beautiful, splendid tonight, you may say. Brad Raymond so say the LGBT bill was not what the America say the fact say the president has not signed does not make it law. It is law. By the time Parliament is signing, it is law. But as I say, sent in here gazette. Or say the president has truly learned a lot. Yes, President Mahama has 3 years no come no. Was you any baby? Daniel Afo says if you are writing the explanation now. Ode manner. It's the papa. Some question or say. Stop talking about Mahama. I will not stop talking about Mahama due to me worship. Hage Buidam. Mahama no nya nkwa Mahama. And I won't stop talking about Mahama. You can take a court order that we want to Supreme Court and High Court want you to order if you have to stop talking about Mahama as if you own Mahama. You own Mahama. Every citizen of Ghana be a Mahama. They can all talk about Ghana. I didn't know from I didn't hear coins. Mahama said he will sign it in day one. Doesn't he know that the bill would expire in the beginning of his term? Well, that is why you were supposed to see through what he was saying. You were supposed to see through what he was saying. Politicians know that if you paid one and paid two, they would say what they want to say at the end there. And that is your homework. Where buyer beware, caveat emptor. All kind of things you are supposed to beware. Joseph Ochi say good afternoon. Or New York, not here, New York for good afternoon. They must know near there. Dr. Ryan say, when it comes to LGBTQI, the Ghanaian churches should be prepared to put their monies where their mouth is. Good evening, Vim Lady. Yeah, that's it. Also, I say Ghanaian churches, when your crowd say they'll put their money where it's true. More Ghanaian churches, LGBT. It's most supposed to be sponsor private members bill. No, I think this one here called Parliament, friends saying some of the churches were behind because I know Juma San George, part of it, major part of it was done by law lecturer Moses Fuamoni, your boss, Moses Fuamoni. And Moses Fuamoni is part of a bigger church group. Push and Moses Fuamoni will be very sad to learn that the bill has expired. Juma Moses Fuamoni aye pan. What I say? Juma Moses Fuamoni aye pan. Edumaketwa. And it's true. Said the churches, but the churches have always been upbeat about this thing, huh? Raymond say, are you saying that as far as a parliament pass a bill, it is law? Me say, it is law. I say, I thought you were in America. America law is different from Ghana. Then I'm also doing class. America practicing federal state system. They have state sovereignty. And send your federal law. Your laws be at the state level. No, abortion law. No one thing. Supreme Court of America, it's abortion. It's not a fundamental human right. And it's not a right that the Constitution can enforce. But at the state level, state to be able to enforce the abortion law, including Florida. Obviously, they empower abortion. It's here they are to mean abortion. Texas say empower abortion. To mean abortion, Ghana law is different. Ghana is federal state. Ghana, any federal state within the country. Yet they are no parliament to pay. I'm running say. Oh, they call law school. Who call law school? Obviously, I remember free education. Who call law school? You go and learn this thing that I'm talking about. But Nana, traders advocacy Ghana. Omona, pushy say, Mahama bay. Near maybe one Mahama fan in NC for no yen anymore. Nana, Mammy was some Minister more members to other regions. No one regional ministers na Mahama for mono. Greater clarity is only about a bay Juma. Shanty region, Bema, meaning to one who listen now.
And Patroma.
Well, how do you think? We okay?
Greater Accra na me what problem kakra. But a bit depending the Metropolitan Chief Executive obeyino for Greater Accra. Any collector, any bema me how they can help, because over a trading district now, the way a whole SCIN, we need sanity. I get the phone was toss. No, almost bread. Say obi to me call just store. 4 man chair the phone. Yeah, mammy can chair. Mame fa kwanya odi ama mi so na me chia Ghana adwadifo nyina na me kan kire omo se ye ma omamo so omutumi sore anopa ahomache na omukọ ye bia ma Ghana ejira ne nan so se oman ye da won ti na de na me kan kromu se de asia ye no obi koji store 400,000 Ghana cedis Autumn bag. Na obi nso the bag ni bia begu sa shop nanim. Na ono nso ton ebra the owo shop no we accessible by GRA. The ono street that person is not accessible by GRA. Another even keme another koliklote se obetua to okra no ontua. Na ama the essence of going for store, semi cooperative shop, na maton bi no bi so di bibia besi at the corner wo ton na onim ye say e won ye potential no akofa at the corner bi ano de abesi ho nyame anim ni ye nya complaints free traders we need somebody who is very solid. The two municipal assemblies, you hear solid people waiting do omunesi form normal sanity abakrum. Sincerely speaking, asema mekan say the phone was toss ni tiemia. Ombangu say sabio obi kan omasem amawo. Ha dwen pa. Etino oba no dia na
Oba President no mu jiri so onye effective just because of your ban
because na inanu ya abanya okoye oba bi okofa ne betra akemi chese mami pani awanyini also otrefie na ni effectiveness no ense da nye ade isa. We are looking for the likes of Okovanda Poinum, people who can do something, people who can innovate something. obepe baby ama omu nyina efiri na ko mo bia megina kwa hu bio. We need somebody who is coming in with innovative ideas. I be mo odwadini bia eho aton na chrome sanity abakrom.
It's not
Nyame
prefer to go van that point.
nanka ya prefer bema mi momu de nyame anim ni enu kwa ni ade a me ye
I don't
disappointed
understand. Me just say merely me person me tia say oyo oba sebe oyo oba otue nufo an oyo oba enti ana say on
say
tie duma ase ana say because all the oba gender be my be problem.
Say me yeah to me I would have loved to have a man.
Why?
So a man
Otue bia na enti oyo effective ana.
I would have me bow me samo mamoni manu si bone etiefo. Accra no said yes tie no. Oh, we need a man who desire obia otimidi ne nan esi form. So no. Me say obisa me preferred candidate, I would have choose Okova Napoy over any of the persons. All because of Neni Swadihunu said the person crying esi tear and he said I mean me say nipani pini me nya dream because of gender equality, you know. But
Because
yet
one I won't church was a muye nana. So can say Okovanda point here Jumana say our experience, our track
I
record.
know
I know the very fair, but how do Oba say because Obichianu for an answer Otio Kosio Kumane
but no church mama me no. Eno anu acheche okovanda point adwuma na se but na me ba so se ye maami a ye ni ye be hwe ni aboa no na at the end of the day no entoto ya enti na me kan say to complement her appointment no so nya strong KMA boss strong quality boss a ebe boa no so no obetimi execute niema bebrebe so no na ekromunte nyame anim ni dia koso okromo
Ojina na so betimi atwa oba
ni so ade efe wo nani so nya kurase ni mepamcho mo animu a yempe obi a sebe wonye bi dana wakoma no MCE na afe na no obekire ne bobia enye ne sa ye po obi a development ewo nani so obi a watu kwan no ohunu say capital city clean nice obi a wo swag so ohunu enya sabe tete kwani bi anu akofa na betro say MCE dabi
okay well obi ti mi busa do kare ti mi busa say your friend say Okovanda po be ofi America Atlanta no buy so buy o mo try no feli ewi eche na Okovanda po ka benku onkofo fie into argument is flawed. Yeah, that's what they want to tell us. Yeah, because I won't try, man. You know, and Obi has a brother. She's very good.
Chelsea, madrin ena me kire. Eji so no so wa adwin bi a me Okova na boy, minim ne da. But certain works bi o ye. Ema krom tie. It's appreciable. Me manage ho. So no. Me appreciate it. So no. And you know, if the woman menya obi abe compliment woman not to say the make na. Is the best.
Okay.
Yeah,
greater courage. How about Ashanti region, Dr. Mwakuni?
Greater Accra. Ashanti region superb.
Okay.
Now they have me
one problem.
Greater Accra no pe na a drink Accra. But they watch it me I was here support no because appointment na nya akwa so no you know support to be obey here bia I was here the man. Kumase so o make sure say mom yan short to doctors e o confirm nochi o man minister adwuma no gongo jene moso because doctors
Ghana health service at them. Maybe he can influence here and there, but Ghana health service major.
But there's one free with doctor back where free mo. Is a one ya kwan go here ayale for. Oh, adeɛ bia wɔ ne yie ne deɛ nyɛ o. Enti no, ɔmpɛ ɛda bi so a saa da ne deɛ still ɔbɛkɔ so asɛvo a wɔde bɛhwɛ Ghana for because
I said, 24 no more any concern about say regional minister.
He's okay. He's okay. Oya Brantia, he's okay. Ono so afutu ami woman no more family life but Kumasi aye fin do. Kumasi aye fi papa. More family honorable sem. Omuma President Mahama na ni suade hunu no and go through because mun nyina mo tu kwan. Mun nim say the abrochire sitie. Eye the same money here gigi ya. Na adwuma no mo fa ma one company. The amount MPP for failure no. Omo de adwuma na koma one company en yentua ekaye omo chichem ni nyina small companies abrochire the same thing. Why say by supervision and also yes your money is strong. Now your ma contract na ohwa so na osisa baller no asisa hard no be tricycle no mu di twintwa nkrofo anam na ye hwie baller igu kwam we I think
waka prabiano aji Kumasi techiman koko sa prabia yellow one bi no say the
on say President Mahama ọba probo no kan sem bi say e wo se eye wo mu akwan ma wo mo so ni nyina ye job employment ade na opportunities in but it doesn't come just like that about with a lot of cost. I was here creating one more time more. So be ya disturb the traditional idea so now omuzunya kwan eyo omu because Ghana
me remind you Muhammadu Abdullah about say okay say your mommy Patricia J or your MP she used to be KMA boss. Okay.
Yeah, mommy. Yes, it's true.
Patricia,
it's true.
Patricia, yes.
Yeah,
she used to be KMA boss and she was effective.
But at that time, I know, yeah, mommy Patricia, KMA boss, no. Now, Kumasi no tre, no, and said the nipa si aye recalcitrant, na and tesa. So, no, your best say, omo bano, omo effective, say, people. Woman, mama, yeah, he said, yeah, yanum be ya. Yi sampan, yeah, quite. Yeah, didn't talk when Jimmy and Yeduma. So, it's your best say, at the end of the day, sa dwumadie no a ekoso no ebe ti Kumasi there perfect Kumasi okay. And now the rest of the ministers so I think is superb because security adie ya wayi a the overhead national security coordinator there presidential adie Kofi Boache national security guy so a good pa and on it Mahama so anantiache. I think you need to put trustworthy people around you and you say sir adie so quite good share the account.
Also minim the enti away you know my feedback but me my list of your friends saying ministers no mbeye eduma no but then also na make graphic report wey your cassette president serious headache yes pressure so party for ni na so a mu CVs akwa kogu no so a obi ape appointment so let me ask you about maybe other people but to me busa question no so we ni pe ebe ma me I don't am tell you to speak antina must feedback no. Into try answer me busa question you are maybe. Into what do you think about what graphic is saying? Say pressure. Monko boni be more preposition na. Because my say the boni be so pen kamunya mo nipa wo trader and can also facilitate adwuma anka mo ye.
I say at this time there lobbying. Obi a lobby but a nipa obecom ministry for trade and industry or the big club account. that person no should be somebody ultimately cut it across all levels. So I was said of share not to say the rules he share national security needs because say obi ko trade na nipa na ntimi am perform ene munko tume John Mahama amamu no on succeed.
Hey.
Because yes, trade ena ekura oman bia. Enti sa ukoyi obi na se nipa na ntimi am ya dwuma edisika. We got Ministry of Trade and Finance. It goes together. But Nana Akufo-Addo time, now there was a hiccup between Yura and Chamatini Kenoforiata. So there was that break of what I say coordination. So Oforiata no fee say nizo ye bibi and Chamatin approve. At the end of the day, so two ministries, it works together. So and the disika eba omanu. Inti ebesre. Media who is lobbying what, I don't care. But we need somebody who will be more efficient. And yet di eno obabeji. So I'll bet me manage trade issues, our country no ma edo enije ebe bre Mahama ban. Na me case so say omo enya appointment nyina omo fan show mutim. The least mistake they do omubema Yewura John Mahama ni magwase. They shouldn't relent in all their efforts. Omube try say papa neni mbebe nyam. Senyesa one also should sharpen his knife. Onyahu say if you are not performing no the account no you are free. So no do obi aba. And the entam kra mo ma yen hwe kra because ye body and crofo ani age ye minister nya wan hwe ye na nipa no de animguase na ode ba down ntina kakra metumi akanfa sa ehon.
Okay, very well. I think people actually call director of operations or a office of the president national security for the work on alongside here Julius Debra. We work a combination more do you think baby as such now more person money president can be easy for you to get audience with them and
Onyamia da Roma menya kwani Yewura Julius Debra adinsa woso papa no minima koma Daniel mi wusu amuna obetie wo ha wo de wasem bia ode babia obepe 5 minutes obetie de e was o ka kire no obeka kire timi me kra de me hwe ne daache Julius Debra say me hwe ne daache say dachi bia NDC for empire ma papa no mu grumu ni ye because the way in life is it say etwaso say ya enya me nwanwa say dachi obetu abedi o mampani enya me nwanwa kra
wow
why one of the person before then omunya nwini ye nyina woni adwadifo wono afre ebi wa yekohia no okwa ni fie ebi wa yehia no on office chese adwadie because he himself is a trader ana kwawfo ana oman mu nyina yehunu se omu krokro nwuma akese edidwa aban ya ekoye ma omu sika hye etinyamia ni no mani abrepa one of the meeting ba kwa ye koya ye koshia na utumu se big people names Omunyina about sika no mo lusu etino minim ye say ofa niam ni agro because kasa na ebebre o ma twe bebre de aka action ya na efefe anu na betumi ama ya ji atun say John Mahama. Also, but me, I trust in him. I believe John. Oh, I believe that youthful part of him is still there. But to me, I said, ne kasa sisa. Or person or catcher as a unim nyansa, but the choir of a fast or becanon. Utumus a baby siwa. And you're one of the best. Sa tangent na wa picking a yepa. A yepa. How's that?
Just a quick one on a first port, no, because at first in the way we are university, no, or so me are committed on better duty, no, so but now I assessing taxes our port now about 25. They would the end of better president, I'm a free ho.
Let me say, Ozeko. There are certain few women. Was a free because ECOWAS levy. We shouldn't be paying ECOWAS levy. What I say, we shouldn't be paying. And me no, there be an America. I was a port near facilitating port because MPS is it MPS right? MPS na making. Bro, because facilities omu dia be good Ghana. I was saying here Togo adwuma ya Burkina on, but she shall be koye. So a port to know what the best state of the art facilities. I was a multi-million facilitating port. So ma other countries now omo ye land omo land borders and omo ni sea no omo nyina be yi omo niam free. But it's as if our activities are driving them away. And they say, me investigation be that should be the better. Oh yeah, now customs. I pity them. Now yeah, the better. Now you know, the evidence in beba. So, and yeah, the papa. So,
okay. E-levy, ECOWAS levy, COVID-19 levy, and non am
yeah, at GRA level, a customs division. On choose obia, why customs a juma, na or take customs a juma nasi. Emanimra me commissioner in charge of customs. Momo ko fa soja ni oba afe na customs for no assistant commissioners no training no. E dey be say me. Ebra was seasoned officers. Ewo mu a omu bi ebetimi aye commissioner for customs. Onimadwuma ne dada. Hwe I will cite one person. Obama Akufo-Addo first 4 years no successful. Mr. Crenshaw. Commissioner Crenshaw. Adwuma papa ne be ye no. Hwe after the just say, "Who the Nina office or problem?" No, obetu ni nine about no only ni nyina solve problem. Because ade anu ohwehwe ani say port no be rane amasika atimi aba GRA. Eti saade ne de say NDC pani bi etiemi anadua ma omunye sa mistake no. Omunyi somebody from customs division no amra mayor commissioner no. Because a basa, a bema even officers morale, crab a cosro. Ama a jumano moyano, or atimiae. So now one mumu, okaze, ya point to a mum cry, be cry or more mumpe. So no, that be a mupesian cofo bimra, or be a one nima jumanu, na nipanaba or matimia bunafaso. But officer onim adwumanu mu no ebetrawa officer bia nu obetimi aye rough because computer no onim how it onim de kire
okay but we so answer na wako because na branch e bi person busa say identity do you think say here cost levy ni free ho any say levies na kana niama ne be ya 40 say Togo ana because I see goods ni cheaper e wo Togo chen Ghana
na obisa sa question ne chew your dollar challenge. CD dollar made there be a mechanical relationship no enye papa. So eti ma onyina sa levies na ye beyi no nko so but ade a ye kan say hwe after paying gapoha no mini aba me mako China akofa me niema mafa Maersk line anaze Harper Lloyd say me freight ni matua fa niema no ko Ghana mame se niema no odibedu a enya gapoha no so hand over mano na yetimi ama kwan ama shipping lines yi etimi charging and releasing fee levy ebra those days na modem fidie begu on ene ye were well equipped harbor etino adenti ena osi ekosu tua shipping fee mini aba se shipping fee free ho na ye yi taxes ni be free mu a ebema ye adwadifo no ye komu ahare so because onipa e was otimi charge fees any levy e wo port ho e gapoa apart from gapoa no eniso bia wo ye carrier utimi charge fees e wo port ho
including the shipping lines. Some of them carry cargo no,
including all the shipping lines because o mandate ni say enipa na tua ni freight say o tua ni freight ya be yi niam no magapoa handling charges, whatever charges, gapoa and also watch. And yet, Maersk line, and yet Harper Lloyd, and yet Huawei, and yet Huawei. So, because Sanya money in our account be Nama and get before your boca ever port to on.
well, but I don't be disappointed because I don't think some Mahama bet me a magic by blocking the shipping line. Because shippers authority, so there are laws that back them.
La Côte d'Ivoire, anyhow. Togo, anyhow.
But might be your sovereign state, Nana. You cannot say by force because a man follow on and on this band on shipping lines, so shippers authority in Brio.
But Dabio, airline no enipa na ye. Adia na ye no. Emwaye. Iti adia na ose ye. Because shipping lines ni charge Gapoa or no custodian of the land. Charge 5,000. Shipping lines was may charge 8,000. What to be that?
Yeah, it's better. As say, then I'm passing Mahama ye. Mahama good shipping lines no. On shippers authority. Now any to say Togo dear free port na. Is that what you people want Mahama to do?
Shippers authority entimingu. What was here? What I am referring to is that shipping charges. Levies na dema importers no. Enye lawful. Tie matua me freight. Oye carrier. Enti no sa oba na obeyi niam no ma gapoa. Gapoa na also Jimmy handling charges. Enye wo shipper no. But this is the situation. Shippers no e charge yen. Na gapoa so a charge yen. Na ko emprenu. Sa ehọ no ne epese o mo hwe man yen. So no, se no free ho na demurrage kwan a ya kire NDC aban medanyame ase yewra Jo Mahama agitu no. Omo bedi hu djuma, omo pensu there will be no demurrage again. What I say? If you say anything because a shippers authority airline no, omo besa akomu bio. Normal sesano. What I say? Because I was a year policy driven. Na say u container ni bedu na moratorium be that so time no so ya a company of sort to take over and then your goods will be safe. It is our charges now. Ye triama shipping lines are almost this scanning corner and CBO. Or mine betimi a Jesus cano and nothing na make say or scrap it friends say e-levy num near the idea. There is a way for them to you see John Mahama is very smart. There is a way for them to get money to support whatever that they are doing. Oh, You know mushia no. Na vice president ya mami no timubi. Oh, now me bomb phone in they took it because omunim say the shippers are earning a lot of money from demurrage. Every day, $100. Now they Ghana buying crown charge $50.
Yeah, the shipping lines are making this free money go on bottom. It doesn't even come to government of Ghana until then. Okay, free port because if it can come to government of Ghana, obey be the project. Also, or the $100. That's a lot of money.
A lot of money. Emi say I'm not in the office and can make a friend is a financial say oh at the actual. So no, and you know you want your money be on one say you rajo Mahama timid or say yo no more you free on one. Oko to adia a born beba form. I got the phone ya crom forcer. So no, yes, you are doing Ghana for one because you me nkamenya nkamidwadia media nkamedia latedwa me ba ebia 5 cedi nam de atoso ne aton ntem so no intikaka menya no masakofa na so okofa beguo na oyire buo no so a se guo na ususika na share no na ni ya na do
sa suggestion ya mo de ama omo nyina omo ya ebetimi ama eni ama no port duties now perform drastically said omo ka 50%.
Oh, port duty just enka odo obahuru say enka bridge business ebesa start bio so no because shipping lines no mutimi go charge shipping fee e la Côte d'Ivoire mutimi go charge e Togo adentina mo charge Ghana matua mi freight say family free America ebra Ghana mami udi bedu as say betua fee mami na me release container no. Hey, krono wi akete say na onim mi tu wana moko Rotterdam ekoye ehwehwemu kakra me koye no omu ka kire me say mimra mebisa me mpanimfo no o se mimra Ghana na me sa mebisa me mpanimfo no say ekwan be so na omo form de Jesus can etino media the executive should listen to us now omu making sure say sa shipping line semono any sika hunu tua e port wonu free wa odwadi ni bie no e kronfo o de ya one day yemfa ye maamenom so no mesicure ye maamenom be 4 a omo ye traders na omo nka omo akosam ncho so no as of maami say we are very good importer.
Yeah, I tell what mama ene kasa ene ade.
Yeah, Zabana, say yes, be or sorry, them can come the no to so and go better so. So no, Nako be chim. So no, now share omu the way omu see practical no. Chaza omu betimi a check ya ma o to one more bones. Maame no on the best economic minister e wo kremi. And so on ye PhD ni bi. So no, over the years experience.
I mean, I say no way because, like you're saying, no more GDA near ratio more president Mahama as the new president say he would deliver. They will catch him so better near so no more penny appointments. So greater courage in pen andamo issue. But I must say the antidote for the concerns now more reason is that Onya MC or you're strong. Me are supporting as the legs and the hair. And I will clarify say yeah because of your bad issue no, but just because more pay. Obia all legs wanna see I bet me supporting them because I cried it. Young name say I saw the headquarters in the young crime. I saw the headquarters in the young crime. So
I saw the part. You know, we need strong people with vision. And you'll be or better officer. Munkojiji. Omutimi sumo. Sa munkojiji si kan free the phone no mrame. Na e wo bi so adwuma o ye no. So no, yam pesa afo ni bi. Ye po bi ode nani beto form hu adwadifo no mobo. Now at the same time, the what clinic city no, ama city na efe. So no, business district no e ho ye time do anya kra we na bolagua we na aduane sia anya ya re tisimu sesi ya bia babro
Yo. Nana, General Secretary ma Traders Advocacy Group Ghana. Na se ne ko poboato nana ye da se bebe nyakopon sha. In fact, adwencha na ade aba ne nyina na ye kan ye bo ama ban na ye because ye ya ma on fan ko boli. Ya na mfa so no be ma ye benya. Sa so ne ye tena wa se ye hwehan a se ya. Ebe se egu ye nyina so ye ti so ne ya pampa so and we will not allow that you know. O se ye nyina abo na ye na ebo port de ye na ye de ba 50% and I say free port wa. Second for you, if I madam ba ko do see the name o twen. Be free port atan on the name na ba ti o twen. Nana
brochefo no boa pa in terms of business or the niema ba no abeton no okọ na omoso boa pa but especially with cars more America na but Nana Akufo-Addo aban ni yes no pe eno mu nyina agyae hwe se yewura Jo Mahama etimi hyehyɛ niema yi a omu nyina besa ahyase hwe abrochefo no eka omuku na nko mu nyina ate Ghana ha eka omuku na nko bia wo fie ani bibia eye kama otimi ye business otimi so no ye ma Ghana enya facilitating country. Oh, we shouldn't commercialize Ghana. Ebasa monsieur Lebanese fo a ye wo omo ha omo kram mo no ni ade dodo na yi omo business call Côte d'Ivoire dodo na so no nti yebesre say asumdue wo krom anko ande omo miemfa nya adwuma ebeyi
yo nana ya na wase nana ya say asumdue bi and it's true Ghana so they among the any animal no more West Africa. Yeah, port no so is that I think is right now is the biggest port in West Africa because Caneno na Kagapo more money competition Sierra Leone and Cote d'Ivoire. Right now, MP is it MPS terminal 3. Yeah, what terminal 3? Oh, airport in Kwani or terminal 3 Ghana. Yeah, terminal 3 whatever. There's the biggest port. The giant, you're from the giant cranes. To me, containers, I think 200 containers per a second or a minute. Me and Kasama ko crane all the way. Me they set them again. My fry go 8 feet up into the air. So there's no way I was a port no bathroom. But remember, a general assembly, so now you're trying to join us and tell us about the original one about security, because as a Mahama showdown, Boku conflict, he wants to give it a showdown and resolve the Boku issue. And then Dominic Niti will say, ethnic groups be brain involved. And Boku assembly are very dicey. And you are not madane no more contact. I said, man, pussy kusasi di. And you better say, but Ocean help and support now so far, Mahama it's like he wants to tackle it head on once and for all. And you will see how I become. So I say you the na cause mbuza na pokra. Market na sheshe Mahama so send the team. Among guarded market because I mean yashi or chan hashi. I mean it just doesn't make sense. The fact that opa banner doesn't mean say nyama be sheshe. Me every day be a market next year. Which means there's something behind it. Every year be a market sheshe. And a judifon so there's almost a charge more judifon. Say do one year see a baby cable, see a belay cable for most of them tears here. Cause judifon so to be a mohagany. You can't say the change me by a market area and I am to Abama. Most of them come. Until I know how many judifon so Cassani and Jas Adiano. Yes, a change is be a market to Panama Contopa. Meanwhile, in cables and in a baby papa. And we need to change it if we want to actually change Ghana. I remember my phone joining what's in network and shut up and call a yes, Nana Medoto. So now we need that baby Alex. And I will hear you. Alex, good evening.
Yeah. Hello.
First, selection on it. He said a graphic reporter said, and for the CV, baby, I could good debt to so my president, mama pressure. Be a person also. You're funny nipa. But this is what graphic reported today.
Okay.
Pressure. There's office no receive pals and piles of CVs. So be a position. Who's so you're qualified class of position?
Yo, Stefia, we mefa konye so na machia o meda wasipa afishia panzo.
Yeah, that's
Ena de ma memre kakra na memprumi minimum adaroma. Mefa akonya so na machia mempen sua so atwuma mponwa fu nyina mechia obibia. Na kakra meka ene say in terms of governance,
but
in terms of
ready, am I? Because you can't be moved. You have to be stationed. To my own yabema a yinkasa text and text. Good evening.
Good evening, Stefia.
Text you.
Me de kakra me kan about regional ministers no. Say Ashanti region now we nominate a young guy no.
Dr. Mwakohe.
Good. Good, but essentially what no also implications so. People are looking at the positive side, but if your negative side then so well, it depends on the kind of people in Ashanti region. And wow, we need to one. The guy is a young guy. Osha enti NDC company for no omubebu no. That is one.
Okay.
Secondly, Ejuma ewo Ashanti region and also be dodo na ye galamsey. Can he or no? Unim say MPP so ade ba ko edi MPP nya pa ye galamsey. Ewo election we mo. Can the guy fight galamsey at his youthful age? Because niti penswo for bebre no mo Ashanti region na ye galamsey. What you say?
Matu
Good. Enti osha bebre na mo be support no. Omo so adwuma omo ye no ebe bo ma na. So these are some of the challenges.
But I'm saying the NDC abankata kaso be regularize no regulate.
This is galamsey is galamsey. To say the encounter trick camera see friend is saying MPP for so it is the same thing. And looking at this young guy, no, or a vibrant, or a young, or obey Niema, but one thing he can't fight is galamsey because the youthful. Don't want to Ashanti region. Why is ye be brain na galamsey ye? Once they do it, and two by Joma so that is the negative side of it. So what is the part of the
I said that is the challenge. Challenge.
It may be any Ashanti region. It may be any ho. So what you say?
And that is the question I will throw out there. Does he have the balls to check on one in the animal right here? Almost
good.
If you have a factory, be a meduma for be a baby, a beman for galamsey na for you.
Sister, yeah, galamsey in Ashanti region. Factory, who's 100 come over there? Galamsey in Ashanti. Me to me, no, me take me the endra. Oh, me. I usually on TikTok. Oh yeah, Casa then there. But what analyze here? That is the idea be man more challenging. No, galamsey in the Ashanti region. No, because see, Mahama be in a depend. Then Udi Obi who say a bad because of that What? Oh yes. But
the other places say they won't say they are ministers can the only problem.
Oh, that business if you are about my candidate. Me say that who any particular problems be now
Mahama so be adding the CV so quiet. On also 60 minutes spend off it. How should he handle it?
Sister, if you are one thing they say, and is your motor opposition 8 years new. I come debimo. Obi a person ye one. Obi himself. Mama, he has only 4 years out or beba. The next 2028 Obi and him, it is not guaranteed NDC beba power. So what you say? And two pay BBA who pennies is here. So what you say? Because the next MPP for say I'm call for me to aba AB I'm call for to aba 2028 abede. So and to be a piece can to any me cost or there. Ono kasa wa wani tia.
Na so be yes.
No, yes.
Next, Mami Nati, Akubo Shabbat to me join Alex. Good evening.
Yo, Mama Fia, we de mesro na say bibi kakra na etochima o che na so mesa chia me peso aso atwuma mpono de me kan say when it comes to governance or my ma and no me emre pi no ya na me hunu say e wo se fa technocrats those are omo enimnim diankasa say ye adwuma no enye say we agya me kwan ame akoye campaign wa ha nti ye man metene kane ade esa ye mputu Ghana at first because bibia we need to think about Ghana first. Esa, where are we heading towards? Mpanyinfo sister bi unim baby a ofiri ba unim baby a oko enti no kakra meka ne se won hwe won a wonim die wo a specific field bi a obetimi ayusu mu menka se we anase just an advice kakra me de ebe ma your president me congratulate no say so far in the history why ade pa almost 1.6 million difference or the MI governor na emu the pantino so far he is a supreme leader in Ghana right now nti bibia ne ho a ontimi nye John Dramani Mahama your president elect they also who say it was
a president or a
president they also say edina also ojato dey na ohia e wo wiase bi na otie mo se party no party C enim say also your party na dey waba power dey na emum you have a country to rule and your party people or their folks they are also part of the country and no definitely is going to also affect them.
Okay.
Na in appointment no kakra meka ne say was say mame kakra inclusive government winner takes all no emwa onye inclusive government kakra na obia ntimi emfa no idea kakra ide by kakra me can say o hear me background me environmental management ewo UK has aban na nye omo to bia omo prayer ne aso ye meboa kakra so ese oba UK ha ye free bibi say zero waste economy and a champion every waste bia no ye mpese e big go out and I say ye pese ye recycle the economy into one environment ni ye Istefia onam UK has here even opro onam hokra na akoche na asemato opro keke and so Ghana we don't respect the nature adie bako I have to frankly speaking I have to say say you respecting nature on Istefia Ghana ha minim se kese
into the umbrella level near
you bet me plans now see the two you putting in place. You set the target for that. We have something called the circular economy. A situation whereby say what you saw no we yam fan kogu ball so I will say you recycle no. So in this case you need to bring people on board. Those who are technocrats like us are boy UK economy. I'm gonna achieve the zero waste economy. As you see, UK headed towards. And only a person, yeah, think it's not about Obi Obi Kasase. A man for Buanunti was soon bet you Moka. Nes, I said, or mine, as a cabinet, that will be a ban of a fair in Oko. That is not scientists. I was yes, a sana system with ye. See, a sana system with ye, if you are a bear. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. We can tune the minds of Ghanaians. We can change our minds. Na yanka say na youth employment
so that you are not disappointed.
Okay, so
you're realistic so that you are not disappointed. The truth of the matter is system here running with Ghana between NDC and MPP and the Fourth Republic of no maybe do mine. Oh, can I foul? I just a coin be so no. or more opposition. One my t-shirt to be kakrani idea behind the scene. Yes, I am. It is how much some more opposition. Watch your articles to be expressing opinion.
No, I'm not near what you be passing.
But some
oh, okay. Matter say, meaning how the system no say is equal. But now, may per se, let's link this to the youth employment issue. Galamsey some Ghana even say no matter how industrial you be creative. Maburu for na aba no mo per quick money. Say okotena say ama boss a friend na asoma no say kwa no. Or per quick money within 3 days no akogala no onya 1 billion and no mo pe enti wo ntimi nyai. Enti I'll just suggest that government be use the political role, that is the word. Political role to stop the galamsey and kebebwa and leave the traditional one like Obuasi and the other sites ya Oma Galana. And yes, say the natural resource is too much. It's too much. And ya juna ho say you to know nya juma nya ne ade nti medema no ba no akra meka ne say environment, we must protect the nature. We must protect the nature.
The good news now, medema man is unfortunately Zoomland for a recycling plant. Baby, I for Lavender Hill. No, they have 2 plants there. Almost how back or motorway no so. Baby, I'm animal husbandry no one chino.
Okay.
They have one day. So when I'm recycle plastics, no, they have boiler containers. No, I'm the coffee.
Me do no.
They want Lavender Hill. No, I'm recycle plastics and boiler and casa into manure. Normally be so plastic. At least almost started a let's see how it will go.
That's it.
Then no, I see you. But I like thinking. Very wishful thinking. But you Ghana there. Boys, na uni abema ibeka and come the government no. Omo pedi o media une. Ansa na ma the recycle no. Nana good evening.
Yo, you tell me that's it. Nyame sure. Oh boy, Juma. And you really say, hey, I'm ready. Oh, yo, the kind. Me meka. My microphone. Any crab. Interview the kind. Me share with you for now. Me talk to me, no. If you need it, something important to me and provide it. And near ma. So obi ye wura ubekura na se bia nam la pass won minum nsuo me se me kwai duru ba na se me de she mi bodom me nya ba bi mpo na me dia to abra magazine abra ye wo welders a won betumi a provide this normal way SCC various points wa wo ye wura untimi mfa ntofom. That's why I am here say abutrasem Chawuba Airport Hanuma. Every meter biano ubenya baby bibiato. And the DNA say uye fia ubeja yato form. Enti Miss Lampen for no ideas so omo say. So omo ideas say mo ye no ye koto magazine boys no. Won betimi aye enchance no e di asisi wono. Near the cement ya fa na eye man so a yenya obi a obesisa sa enoma no eno na ebema efin no eso ati because wo ye na se wo anya ba bi afa ekura no a onfa ntu ni botom obeja afofom eno na dikan ni atoso mienu ebia MPP emu yi se NDC ewu a MPP emu yi media me say se John Mahama to ye the year yen ye be benefit ye wo any opposition are better now se John Mahama say ono na asem na dane so what tax so am ye me business wo ma port ye fo am ye me business me cause a car ye fo me to me car na ma use e na me be pen wa ban mu ye wo ma aban ne ba no munya sika yɛn mu bi sɛ yɛn aban ni bo wa mo yɛn yɛ di yɛn kui dada enti deɛ meka ne sɛ John Mahama wanyɛ ne yie a obesi fam sɛ free education yɛasate bɔ n'akyi LGBTQ yɛasate bɔ n'akyi Kofi Buakye ontimi nye foko Kofi Buakye ne ti no betimi me
I go questions don't me nye foko
ontimi nye hwee obiara ne ni asɛm mimi ma me fa trap no wa ba be mimi si abayi ba ye me dia me fa ni sɛ mimi John Mahama oye ni yie a na me business e kɔso what cement so a na me ye me business and from me ho wanyɛ ni ya bi before be ma pressure John Mahama ka kra okotoye as it fi aka ya watu hwede se ɛkɔso ne twa wo mu twa bɔ no what you every what your mama 2 years me say ye be fi na nado ye be kukuru ayi o my Ghana say na naje because ejuma na nado aya to no and normal what create egu no ewo mu say ye nipa nyanguni God free education kwa no say NDC timi ya no 1 year na to aba ma NDC omo timi ye omo nim kwan ya ye fa so ye mi wo twa John Mahama anima wa feli dada e no de nambo wo de ehwe ne boys no e na wo de ehwe me si wo ma ye de wo mu call ye friend say appointment committee na wo gina ho a wo ka kire ye se wo ba akoko wo beto no se e system million ye bi sa wa wo se wo de enya hwe wo bu ka ye you on
nana dai o network ni juju si am say oda hu we adwuma mu ni ntia o say Ghana for be fe o man peni Alvin good evening
good evening Stefia na pomu
adum na so
Eradi adum
enti
Stefia ya ma Ghana no say makacho say the suban city no edene o yo man peni na ba pressure ye de be ma because your system no say the na minia na can say the whole UK no all inclusive enye adwuma because amamfo abre o man invest wo mu na no kobo untimi san ho nkofo obi I do understand and akonya na no step in leadership no obetna say people around you no you cannot ignore them. They are the same people, they lift you into the same people now ba for musado baba into see the amount for day bano ube ignore me for we to tune some go asun or ma besa point
yeah
they'll go behind you. Make sure say besa do aba form and I don't mean for munina tia the said any yes Ghana for NDC for says so maba amani ye said ye can all di kan ye team ebe boy ebusiafo yasum badwe especially yen tia kwantuo mu kra chika no tie be sen masem niamo anase me party for MPP for say yenyi adwene bi amfiri tirim ye de yen podi arms ye mompa ene ehwe omudin say ya do ye bi akasa ne doso na ye nwene ye de ho
okay
me an wo see NDC bad yan wo see om good oman ye yi Mahama me wo see no because the pressure of papa ne so no or just 4 years no obi a person be MP betenika e ka no mabọ for 8 good years opposition no and not form obi a person kakra bi o university won bi onya e kwan be so no
Alvin chako microphone no
hello
fe abam
so getting appointment no so enough form because obi a person tenika enti e be say omoma papa no because papa na at the moment obetena so adwene na no de ba na different obetena so na adwene so e different see am no ka say pressure ne doso enti de be answer oh my bre de be si BNC me kwade ade na me de 4 years omo nto aba bia ma me he ma me nya de me pe na eno na yen ya ne mo ma adwene sesan yen ya ne ma boni bo mutirim yen ya ne mo ye corrupt because as a pressure ne doso bi epebi enti wa man so go against what can who some leaking your to the opposition Minister, regional minister, young boy or the money. As my Galamsey.
Ashanti regional minister no amwako hene.
Stefia Galamsey in Ghana no. Opa net brabisi factory 1,000. Boys in Yejuma womb. Stefia Ghanaians are born bad. Yadreno. Boni waiting. So Obekwakoye Jumama Wachianica, Bosome. And I said now watching no. Opening top percent media or quite Juma Wukuta 1 billion. And I said $10,000 is in Butum. Yadreno is all about security. Yes, sacrifices, say, my year. So all the time you talk about so Cabrochina, yes, here. Cabrochina, yes, here, catcho. Cabrochina, yes, here, Stefia. What the system no Gabajia mini case or Kobo bit my ball and issue with what the fathers ministers Ghana about I gave it to Babanio. Oh, be just said me. So who been a tea move? So when a boy you said sometimes me transia Stefia Miss Smith transia me bisase it's your pany yankopon a boy. So the beer sorry. Ya suffer for the beer pretty me my dear Juma. It's your best say. Yam what my penino, yam why and penny for because Galam saying that was Santa region and I see the whole Ghana. Do bit me to us, you know. Papa.
It is a problem, Kesiapa.
Yes, your best say. On to the boss, ministers, no. Be official with my mom, quiet, say, Babetoka, Babetoka. I know the beba. We cannot run away from, say, Babetoka because they have invested. Your best said in Paiwata or mine, it say. The man penny Yankupon one woman named Dear Sonko, not on mine into me near seeing your peace of mind. Nejana, she says, she am a memono. Or mine, she said, do our quadru bibusia. No, I said I yet, of course, are damage, you know, but oh, yes, I know other people will be a Kutani Sika genuinely. What I know, never saw more bonino, Dawson, do you mind? Stefia, Yamin count on you.
How many others baby? Yankupon shall pass and know to me a join here. A flower, one more good evening, Yakaba. Just I who anymore can you wait in the way so many can I do so no more.
Baby, we had a medium so.
Ayo,
Stefia, Michiao,
yeah,
Yadawasi, and that 50 last year, Wabo Homo de Amo Minor, Amasun Diaba. Stefia, media, Kakrabina Moka, a chair or Mampeni Mahama. Your best reno, Omebu Ghana Mamu, and my name Bu Pata Mamu. Your best son will Moody, Nanado, Ebebu. Ono ankasa na mamu no hu de Ghana for ya kire no baby amekam se Ghana for said ye ni ete obana so bubu part mamu ebubu ankasa wabusu mamu a ye de be kire wo ye be sere Mahama o mebu Ghana mamu because oman no se said the US na ekono oman bia ehwe ne nkofo se se oman bia no e develop ne nkofo ye ntimi transit bia ne independent on amanfo so bia ne de ye tukwan akwanto a yetu nyina no enye se bia ye be sesika o nemo eye structure papa a eda hono ya na manfo kasa manfo tiga no mo mpa adwuma na se ni se Stefia wo ye boy na wo si so we university wo pesika be top plot wo pesika de besidan ba abrochire no eni entisa wanya be biti unya nsuo a untua woje apartment a utua ni nyina ehiem ba Ghana no o ha dan utua like be utua water be o froka nti nipa no adwuma na o ye no pay no 1,000 no obede no atina survive wo system o se mpeni 14 de ba e housing project a ankom be ma youth no anka utima na utwetwa nkaka nkaka e ya de anke be
okay say so be obegi advance 2 years ni 3 years nta na oka okay
oh e ba sa na nipa no se ni pay 1,000 kwa na pressure bi ade enhwe ni so. But here's the case as in pay 1,000 or drink Scott Butter Pro to or drink or butter cement or drink or into answer na adwuma no wo no also bokro no and only on mine your problem kese pa ye team sebi ye tell come to me ye ba ye madwene say better pro to esidan unya apartment waje wutim na utuecha nkakra pressure bi anhwe dey enu so upe enu so akra na we okay because pressure bi na so so compare pro to na esidan wa esi saa no man na omonfa bi de enwu okwan o oman Ghana nim na emmo youth na corruption so ye dey empty.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, yo. Yes, yeah, that's be brain. You know, they say a youth, you know, they ya more ntumi nye. Hey, brother, so good evening.
Evening, Stefia.
But you
Boko there.
Adumarakwa.
Oh, hey, first of all, no, me commend a guy. Is it Alvin or Alvin? Exactly. He was saying something about the way our MPP for be a Kasa Bibre concerning the new government to the operations. It looks as if as a BB on Bayiano, they have to get a question mark on it. Fine. There should be a constructive opposition there, but the way I'm see now, as a man, I say, as a they need to pay much attention to defeat Safari and restructure because just 2 days ago now, it was circulating on social media in regards to President car or you see almost say or buy no akoto that car. Not knowing say his own private car for some months ago. You understand? In the opposition, there need to be a constructive opposition, just like what Afenyomakin was doing during the appointment committee sitting. It was getting nauseating. Oh yeah, it's a constructive. You're changing a mindset about we setting our colleagues up to fail because it's become the mindset of opposition, especially with the youth. So I say, beyond baby, I will see a catch them. Ghanaians are not as dumb as they think because prior to elections, and there were so many things that were going on. Ghanaians are so gullible. And then it is a former MP for Subin was talking about the era of politics. So politics evolving. Politics of 1992, 1996, 2000, you know, social media is playing a part which is helping so many ways. It's becoming exploratory. People explore about it. And you can say, oh, try, you lose your own credibility. Anything about to know your culture, I'm not fucking can't say be. I remember as Uzubempa came and sit here was so saying so many things. Even with respect to say Okas on one and set your agenda with Airbus scandal near. Ghanaians have become very sophisticated. And Obabet now tries over two future go be any one how credibility now where then what dentino. And I think the advice Alvin Edema MPP for say they should just keep quiet and just watch. Now I'm vampire born tarnish.
But that's only possible. Say opposition may keep because DC didn't keep quiet. Until they won't keep quiet to watch.
But when say interestingly, once the Ghanaians have become sophisticated, when say criticize it constructively, people will side with you. And if you are criticizing to stay relevant, so people will know. Say no. You can't say voters now are so sophisticated. Say they easily read between the lines. DB who say be now they and I say you're feeling now where you are coming from because they've given you the power for 8 years. They were expecting you to do A, B, C, and you didn't do it, and the person has started to do his own. Now Jinanche now criticize it makes it look a little bit weird.
But so you trust Ghana when they have the wisdom and the knowledge to discern between criticism and genuine their way. Let's allow them because opposition there. So I know we can't stop them, they will talk.
But it should be constructive.
Example about America, they are vetting. Maybe I have to even apologize to a fellow marketer Monday before because you are
getting nauseating. It should be a little bit diplomatic. Fine. Nipan and Obel left, you shouldn't left the person off the hook, but at least it should be diplomatic because people are watching, the world are watching. Now, we are just dragging to prove a point. So right now we are there and we have to do A, B, C, and D. And with respect to Ora and also, he looks as if some people are making it the Ora looks so like they are trying to make it look as an evil be. Because if you are so follow what they are doing and the operations that they are doing is marvelously well. Because I had a spate of lands being acquired dubiously. It's so disheartening.
Yeah, but see the point is there were institutions on investigation. Land commission they register all lands. Until you can say lands commission for data, but they have it. You don't need oral to do that. I think the problem a lot of people are raising, Aura is not backed by any law.
It's not backed by law. It's not
police. If there's any criminality, the police have Ghana law no more to me so effective arrest. They have to go through the police.
They don't have the powers to arrest. They don't have the powers to arrest. That's why Domelovo was saying, the Aura was set up for people just come up with their information so that they follow up, compiled and hand it over to Attorney General or the requisite body that will investigate. But people are trying to demonize it. Banka Magana the Magana in development said there are few people enjoying the wealth of Ghana. The problem that we have as a country as Ghana, Nipaka Krabi enjoy the benefits, natural resources. That's what's happening because cantonments now big prime lands now. There are few people no more. Or they see apartment. If you ain't me in Toby and I ain't me rent TB, the few people enjoy. So if we don't come up with structures, I bet try to demystify that kind of ideology.
But who's a third world country? Only few people are the rich who can afford.
That's why we need to break through that capitalist.
But you say they are not. It's not baby near Kokase. People are enjoying without evidence. I bet some all is buying no jinko for 5 CD. No, there must be evidence. I think that's all that people are saying.
But if you are listening,
because to me, because among more cantonments, a lot of cantonments are done its own diplomats.
Yeah, so it's a prime land. Well, the issue has to do with the value for money. You get it. The value for the thing no what on. Idea be what be 11,000, be $1 million. The person is buying as cheap as it be 160,000 because he has connections with power or he has connections to people in power. No, the person buy in a means of say be a rezoning and BBC. The person buys it cheaply, and we need to take our time. Nema Aura na. Investigations on they're out, no.
Yeah, but Aura doesn't have investigatory powers. I don't know how much I should say it.
But if you're
the people who have power to investigate are the police. Iyoko. Aura doesn't have man to me biao. They are only collecting data. Because legally, they don't have the power to investigate.
They don't have the power. That's what. But it seems people are. Among for Brennan, Juma no more. I think they be more demonize it.
No, I think the demonization came from first week in the Gidi night. Yeah, got to go to airport. They didn't have any power to do that.
If you are sincerely, I never saw them going to airport to arrest. And on there, Yami but the whole team, I think Kofi Boache ne. Domelovo ne Okujeto ne Ashamo, they went to those lands that people have acquired illegally. You get it? And a Bima 40 Bima evicted. People are going to the extent of collapsing bungalows. Or more evicted government officials from their bungalows to collapse the buildings and take over it. And they are whistleblowing to the Aura team. And they go there to check and let security guard the place. And they gather their information. So that's what they are about. But it's making it look as if say, as I'm investigating on the that's not what I think they are doing. But
I think that's and your fault is how it was communicated in the beginning.
Well,
why are you not okay? Yeah, they are bread Lance Monche, and then as I say who is it registered to? And because in the last commission, World Bank Adaroma, yeah, digitizing. World Bank is got to digitize land document by doing land administration projects 1, 2 all the way to 5. You know, it's digital. So the impression should not be created that Aura Koche.
Which hunting or something.
All the videos are Aura Koche. Aura doesn't have the power to check. They don't have the power to investigate. They don't have the power to do anything. But the institutions they can't require. It makes it easier for the Aura work.
They went with the police. They went with the military. As in, they safeguard the place. Before investigation is
military should not even come in. Military doesn't also have mandate to arrest. Military doesn't do police duties.
What I watched on TV was they were safeguarding the place because the people and I don't know.
Safeguarding the place is the work of the police, Cecil. That's the institutions here, Juma. Safeguarding the work of any property, no, is the work of the police. Unless you're saying it's beyond the police. I don't cry if it's beyond the police, national security or military. Military police station. So military they to me call safeguard the property. If we are manning my police station, what is the military doing in town?
And if you are lastly, I just want the president, President Mahama has to let Ghanaians know about his ideas about Galamsey as of now, because it seems some part of Ashanti region, which I heard, I see in or something, people are still mining, and I think that there should be a clear point. As in, Omomu polity or what is no, the president has to come out. It seems that Papa will take you over the antenna. Assembia for Galamsey who as to Omomu mining water bodies. He needs to say something about it. If there should be a state of a state of emergency as concerned to people mining in our water bodies, he needs to come out quickly. You shouldn't just be quiet about it. You say a sensitive issue there, but your water bodies are being destroyed, and people, the repercussions, he knows that in the next 3 to 5 years, it will come up. But he needs to be quick enough to let us know his decision as far as Galamsey is concerned. And what be about LGBT, and what be about corruption, but Galamsey, we've not heard anything about it.
But I think the president just started. It is barely 2 weeks in office. We should take time for him.
Water body, they are very dangerous.
Yes, but he also has to be careful what he says. If you are LGBT as some kind action and what's it, you know him. Maybe one, we should also know it's a new president. Man time, we should.
Time you ever man about what's that about any brand amount for the two about no Galam said the other day, at least 1 year when they stand say those mining the water bodies, they should stop. There should be a definite declaration say air mining water bodies, they should stop. Mining illegally without license, they should stop.
Okay.
That's why it has to come up, because we've not heard anything. It's barely a week now, and we are all wishing something will come up from it. So we can be found. This is the direction. Illegal mining. Tackle.
Right now, as it's but it's still early days yet. So let's still give Mahama. I'm cutting some slack. He still needs time to settle in office. Although what's in office order, but it doesn't mean that we're a magician. He needs time. Paco, good evening.
It's a good evening, sir.
But you
what's my mom here then?
Hello, dear. How are you?
If you have my ball platform, I catch you them 8 years ago. Uncle Pete no Kumo. No one young. You never catch and they have the right to speak. Momo be for pressure, I'm going to be here. I remember yesterday, Mama pressure, I don't know. If you in Kumo process, I can apply for your but when you see when you resume one place, what you resume, there thousands of resumes. No, I could through the right candidates. And she don't be president when she knows the kind of people he wants to work with. And she no confusion, no pressure on you, but there's no pressure anyway. Sometimes people speculate. They speculate. No. He has an idea. When you move on your Juma. Into me can there. Or before the
graphic for the card there, the graphic story that says that there's pressure on him.
The graphic why I so water. When you story water and boy.
Every government to be out, but there's always pressure from party people.
If you see, sometimes the narrative is new one. Or you have some that
narrative. This is study politics. It's just factual. Let graphic do their thing. Our tableau today in Ghana, they are telling you that it's a normal thing. Party they have power. That's why food soldiers they go and attack established institutions now. Then it's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing that happens in all parties.
A normal thing. I don't have a mind of my own to also say my mind.
You have a mind of your own, but you can't say that it is speculating. What they are saying is factual. It's not speculation. It's factual.
Did Mahama tell them that he's under pressure?
Mahama doesn't need to tell them. It's factual. They don't need Mahama to tell them.
That is so much. If you are this actually, some country there. Oh, if you're talking about it's my. I'm imagine America.
That's not perception. That's perception. But so what they are doing is a study over time under Fourth Republican. This is study over time under Fourth Republican parties. And when they come to power, usually there's pressure from party people there. You have to satisfy them, okay, before you step out to the technocrats. And that is why when technocrats come into the government, there's always a fight against them. These people didn't help us. We are the party people. It's something that is synonymous with our fourth Republican politics. So they are not speculating. They are speaking to facts, which is backed by research. The data shows that. So graphic is not speculating. Yeah.
I mean, graphic or a newspaper, they can make mistakes. They are selling their stories. That's fine.
I am telling you, as somebody who has been part of the system for over 20 years, I know that these are facts that is documented. It's documented. You go online and look at ResearchGate. Some of the research that has been done in Ghana. You find that these are research.
Today, let me take you on something. Since I started coming on your platform, you always drive home the fact that you've been there. If you don't know what somebody also does,
yeah, but you have the right to also say what you have done.
No,
I'm not interested. It's an old state newspaper.
There are times
the credibility of graphic.
Hold on.
And so there can be to say that graphic is speculating. That is undermining the integrity of graphic.
That is my opinion.
Your opinion is not factual. Your opinion is not factual.
But more cannot factual.
That's why I'm giving you evidence to support why what graphic is saying is factual. And I've led you to the point to say that go to ResearchGate. Find out the various research documents that have been documented and published to support what graphic is saying. So I'm I don't work for graphic, so I don't have any to defend them, but I'm just saying that Ghana, your state-owned newspaper, they have no reason to speculate. And by extension, there's documents to support what they are saying. It happens in NDC under Fourth Republic.
Okay. Sometimes I also have to share my opinion.
Go to ResearchGate. Read all the various research that have been done about Ghana politics.
One nobody earlier on, they've been out of 1 ideas. We have a mechanism. So it's a Ghana CCR. Ghana and Ghana CCR, whether it's Ghana or Abuchu, and you are praying that the current government fails so that you can yanka, you have a problem. It's Abuchu and it's Ghana, a youth wherever. That's it. We are just so baby, I share, and then the slightest slip, you go like okay, yanka. Our problem. You that person, you have a problem. I'm gonna say our problem. Yes, there's only one country there. Government for a crab or basa for all you can do is just wish them well. Simple. In any case, them ora some okay. Sometimes so-called parliamentarians, they mislead the people. Ora doesn't even, and I heard the last time Afenyo was saying, oh, they don't have any no constitution backing it and all that. And even today, they had a press conference that anybody that's any former appointee be a ban of a friend there, they shouldn't come. How irresponsible can a minority be? How? No, seriously, didn't you hear it? Guy and Nancy about parliamentary many aid we citizen. I don't only the press conference.
Gideon Wako,
yes. That any former appointee about friend don't be asking why wouldn't you go? In any case,
I know. I think it was addressed by Subi Swami MP, new one. He's a law lecturer.
Well, so what are your law lecturer? Is it you think it's fair? It's a good thing to do, right?
You know back and forth.
You know it's not fair.
No,
to me, because you know what I'm saying is the right thing.
It's not the right thing. Oral is not. Nobody's obliged to respond to oral. They don't have any legal backing. You can decide. What's the Fifth Amendment? You can plead the Fifth. You have a right to respond to them. Or you can say that men respond. They have to bring the court order.
If you have oral or gather evidence, once you have an attorney general, or the evidence in our come
Have you
upon
seen any letter from the Attorney General that says I have given Ora the mandate to do investigation?
Oh, Sabutere. Do you have an Attorney General right now? You don't have.
We have Dominic Aini. He's the deputy. He's the Attorney General.
He has not been approved. Has it been approved?
Yes.
Has it been approved?
No, but the ministry is there. He doesn't himself say the minister doesn't have to approve Oralo. There's a whole machinery of the ministry there that way.
Okay.
With or without a minister. There's a chief director who is in charge.
Okay.
So in the absence of the minister, the chief director signs letters.
So right now, if the chief director approves, that's an offer or approve oral report. Whatever, that's an offer. Former official involved. That's what's going to happen to that official.
That would be contemptuous.
Thank you. So why
because
then
it's coming from a bona fide institution that's backed by law.
So then why do members of parliament have to hold a press conference and say that we're from a mama?
Because Ora is not backed by law. I don't know why you don't understand this. Any document in parliament? Have you cited any document in parliament that says that I am an oral law? I am an executive instrument from the president.
I'll need you catch him.
I will catch him. You are saying it's backed by law.
No. I didn't say it's backed by law. Or need you then. There's a perception that Ngofu PUI again on here. Ngofu this kind of thing. Now, in this administration, what's it? The public may have information. So let me set up a committee. Let me receive all this, gather all this information from the public. And then we investigate. How is that a threat to somebody's life?
It's not a threat, but they are saying it's not backed by law. That's all.
You don't need any. Do I need any law to back it? Since there will be a query, whistleblower. Whistleblower law. I say it's the same. You can fall under the same whistleblower law.
Have you seen any letter that says Ora goes under whistleblower law?
Yeah, you don't need to get it.
It's not a banana republic.
Who is saying Ghana is a banana republic?
You. So the questions I'm asking you so that you are not getting the answer. All the president had to do was executive instrument. From the day he was sworn in, executive instrument giving or ministry authority that they are working under IOCO or they are working under the police. Now the minority cannot do any press conference to say don't respond.
How long has the government been in power?
Business. We are just saying that they are procedural rules. Win. Because the law is the law.
You see, it's not a matter of moving argument. You see, the problem I have with most media people, in fact, you're a seasoned journalist. The problem I have with some of you is that you hate it when people want to drag you. And yes, why are you dragging me? I mean, they be a tough customer. I know.
Yeah, you see, I always say that because okay, our work is also to educate, inform, and entertain.
Yes,
when you ask me, I said I won't even comment, and you forced me to comment. You forced me to comment, and now you are saying that we are dragging. I'm used to these things. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm just saying I just happen to be a student of the law.
You know
is that all institutions in Ghana
by law. Maralon from Moga KB, may as a hobby.
KB.
May law as a hobby.
You better change your language, you know. You better change your language, you know. You better change your language. Ghana is not a banana republic, please. President, by Ora. Into honorable to market and Jubilee. But he knew that the law must work. Or this year, say, Ghana is not a banana republic. Somebody was asking whether Ghana has a Fifth Amendment. Yes, we have a Fifth Amendment, but in front of Fifth Amendment in Ghana's constitution. Yeah, different. But everybody has a right to right against self-implication. And then America for Fifth Amendment, so you can plead the fifth. It's institution be a law. You can't just sit there and say that, oh, yeah, take oral. Obiba challenge you. And what the minority is just doing is that Obiba men support oral because they are seeking to challenge so that the court will make a determination on the matter. But I mean, the law is the law. The law is the law. Huh? And we hear me cry to change that the law is the law. Every institution be only Ghana Police Service under the Attorney General Department. And the constitution, young papa the troy, young mammy the troy, Rollins the troy. Only 2 institutions now we investigation. Some power ni bini aje, any adiama yoko. Power ni bini aje, any adiama special prosecutor. These are the institutions. What I say, that's why police they don't go alone. Because they are working with institutions that is backed by law. And that's why they go there with the police. So, you know, me all of what you come from. Papa be anywhere or call government more and really no, it doesn't really matter. But the law is the law. Said Obi can, if you are not afraid, use the law. What I say, let the law work. Law no boawa. Uni bibi obi antu to me kokwa say the Evans, good evening. Evans. Evans, where do my microphone no?
Yeah, what mean ka?
Good evening.
My like me join ya no aframe no. I was watching on the TV and I was saying I'm joining.
I was more time.
I don't understand why the prophecy was trying to be difficult with the oral thing. Yeah, I mean they are not backed by law. I'm not fair open now joining. Open now feel until say the president has the power to set up a real committee to give them that power to do that. But so far as Omnyanya is out and you can refuse to answer any questions by the oral thing. Yeah, I think this is my first time coming back on this show after the elections. And I think
elections now. I don't party lose your own.
There was this misconception about Mahama getting 38%. Not person may prove chairman was a young request. What happened? But then he's out at the real results by I think 4 days ago or so, and I'm lucky. Then I don't have anything to do.
The final one.
Final one. Yeah. And the majority, I'm asking as a person become. Yeah, I believe John Mahama. I believe in him. I believe in although I didn't support him, but I believe he has to do things right. With the legacy, it will be unsupported. Uncle used to be trying to cheat, not the Uncle be trying to go for them. And we want Ghanaians. Thank you. Yeah, I went to
yeah, that's even. And I said, so party losing. And you overtake God and answer, maybe you will not cry, you know. Because it's NDC, the regional minister, no, I'm going to call Ashanti region. I'm going to or I branch here so the but people are asking about Galamsey and so betting me manage Galamsey and that will also be another issue. Man, now I see Evans. Evans in the party losing in the casa because they say only Vivia or I can see to say Ghana is not under military rule. Ora doesn't have any mandate to do anything. So yeah, law no enye edumanate so be so enya honfa so. And Majestic, I say no one should use the Kufuor Supreme Court. Get it. This is what the MPP wants. People think that, well, there's nothing like a Kufuor Supreme Court. But I am also there's nothing like a Kufuor Supreme Court. Supreme Court is Ghana Supreme Court. Respect to my judges. What I say. So don't come and just plaster labels on them. Nikwe say Ora is not inviting or asking anybody anything. They are just gathering information. So what's their problem? Okay, and they are not Kwame Nikwe so settle issue. No, to say that is what they are saying. George Atta say, I don't understand I don't understand you when Anado says if you see something, say something. Is it a law? It's not a law. See something, say something. The police walk around and this and okay, just a report to the police. To the appropriate authorities. It doesn't mean that Nipano can come to your house and come and arrest you. No. You know, you have to, even citizen arrest require what circumstances, exceptions under which a citizen can effect arrest. And you're a blanket, citizen betting me arrest you. Oral is not investigating, so please do not panic. The real tribunal is coming. Okay. And you say real tribunal anakaso mbeye adwuma nankasa and they are coming. Ain't no edwuma no. Kofi also say if we should sanction world boss back with excess of battle. Momo musumra is a freedom of expression. What we will not do, ne say me yantina no be can say na correct and I say me kasa boy man kasa so boy. Monday no man kasa mo say na woman na poku spew misinformation. Why are you not correcting him? No. Nti obi all right o kasa. So what you say ha nti no. But abi bi connect media yeduma ne say you should educate too. Oral no doesn't have any legal document backing it. Okos rubber form, it doesn't have any legal document. What you say? The president said they should only gather data. Gather data. Somebody can challenge it, but they're not just say we don't need any law under which that the oral team should work. It's Majestic as if sometimes you can also be a little nice to the NDC soldiers. Like we are on night, it's not about night, it's about facts. And you know it's about facts. That's I say, Hantino. On say, Nkofo papa ni nkofo maame mo na wo ni omo benti uba na nkofo ewie asase. Now body ni ade actually it didn't say a defamation is a big issue. So what I say, and say you can originate the assembly no obina air can you can be cited for defamation too. And I should not renegade on my job because you're missing coffee be me any day. My just I me ho age. One month at least obi ba na can be na yes at least we put it out there so when yes the investigative bodies I am on to me it all flows from a jumana ye de ama attorney general no I attitude be ama institutions are a share or more as no ha I believe they have to give Mahama some time to deliver. Absolutely, I agree. Say Mahama time no deliver and yes the any pressure say and any ya unko deliver where then we deliver. So what I say it's the other munyina must say and join okay dear message out there but we are saying if you please preach to the youth to learn and read dear and only asem no youth in be read and read read this now lecture and go when am person obekata no and ye bibia na ye nyina ebetime read nti they won't read ye na me read na mature they also we read no na wa che me Bible see I only said that matter there's evidence for ResearchGate. ResearchGate is a global research institution. Research bia publish there. You can read it. When we can't also read it. On there onim dada no although it's inaccurate why no big na yes sir. So what you say yes sir. Can't say man opposition who are bemo obia didn't say yeah. Just stick to the facts. Or no need legal I feel no mobile tribunal no so court ya chichem your court commercial court omudi asase court aye our case high court your court aye we ni nyina wo ho so ho ha nti eni say ye dey frafa na na normally say who need sabi abrunya asase bi abeka na who no mu didi atem no but when there's knowledge there and no search here you find the knowledge until let's all look for that knowledge you know what is about Obama told us we need strong institutions not strong men. That's true. Strong institution it doesn't matter which government is in power. Institutions now beg to me aye ejuma so Sunday Dawala Mo say has the oral team arrested and called anyone for questioning? I don't get this analysis. Well, they have gone to people's places. That is why minority for a press conference they've gone to people's places. Some minority for no so if I told you this GBC and such issues now the oral team was there. So it raises the question say more on whose mandate. By a police for a call on man. Say police cry about change. Sometimes you can ask them validly for a search warrant and a bench warrant. You as a citizen, you have the right, and that's why America for more friending Miranda rights. Police he has to explain to you why he's arresting you. Even police call what to me no to arrest, to investigate, no. And Miranda see before no. The police must explain to you why they are arresting you, which police station they are taking you. And they are a time who move you more than a police station. Come on, let's go to the police station. And now you do one man. It's not lawful. The police must tell you, unless circumstances be so difficult or impossible for them to explain to you at the moment. It is what the work could do station and I explain to you. But at every point in time, the police must explain to you. They owe you that duty. What I said to explain to you why they are arresting you. Until all I assume to me without telling you a friend saying that's all that we are saying. Until good evening.
Good evening. That's it.
That's it.
Me middle of it, but I'm saying maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
Ora no dey fear. My point of view, I think it's about time Ghana saw corruption going on, government after government and government after government. It's about time we have to find a solution to end it. And it has to be a drastic decision, unpopular decision. To say, all right, abai, say you're sorry tia as Ghanaians, say you're praying. My only problem I have with it, I support it, but my only problem I have with it is if they really want to do this oral thing there, I think they should start coming from 92 downwards. Ubia wadi abansika from our 4th republic. Ever since I had democracy. Abambia waba starting from J.J. Rawlings, Kufuor, Atamils, Mahama, Kufuor, then Mahama again. Ubia wafa abansika bia needs to be checked. Yesha wasem you could bet my NDC, but you still have to be investigated. Betray and say people like Okudjato Blakwa, he's part of the oral team, right? I think if I may not mistake, he's the one leading.
I'm not sure if he's the one leading.
Okay.
By
Okahun. Okudjato Blakwa himself has an issue when we come to corruption because years back, previous administration before Akufo-Addo came in. Then there was allegation being circulated said people were collecting double salary.
Yeah, but they couldn't prosecute anybody.
They couldn't prosecute anybody. If you are bringing this oral idea, my point of view, let's start from that end. Calm down. Even though you were free at that time, they couldn't prosecute you. We still have to investigate you.
But my only mind to me so I'm 5 evidence be ambassador double salary was true.
That's my only problem.
They didn't get any evidence.
Yes, I agree with you on that part. But this is what they should do. Yeah, they told also you have evidence. You are seeing Frel back. Now we are revisiting that same situation problem. If the brabe you want Ghana has nothing to do with you. You can go free. At least now we begin to understand why they couldn't prosecute you. They say I've been hanging in the air. ABJ double salary, Okudjato Blakwa cases. There was a time that they were MPP for complaining. He said he was flying jet to London to go to dinner UK. No,
I think boy because evidence against the
same thing almost Akufo-Addo he was taking a shower in the plane. You know, if you are who in the right state of mind now.
No, but Akufo-Addo the other day, it was made on the floor of Parliament. It is documented. Those are parliamentary proceedings. Some copy the hands at the
okay.
And it's established. There was
he did that.
Defense minister need to grab a parliament because president plane or the two can say. So they had to rent a plane. It's verified.
He rent the plane, but was Jarum.
Oh, Jarum will play one of the young hands embellishment.
Because I said, look at the other, they say, so talk right now, Kosobi. I saw you careful. What's a Akufo-Addo Johnson?
Embellishment, but I need to admit what Parliament to say. I'm presidential plane now say into a moko highly. And these are the charges of the kind of Parliament. I know there's documentary.
Okay, it's established there. It's something that it's say I know that what say your constitution, if indeed Mahama will take that opportunity to do constitution review and reform. Because they only be cover both MPs and the executive, legislature. Sadly, no, if we cannot review those constitutions, if you are upon what we will sit here and talk, no Ghana even America, independence over 200 years, they still do amendment in their constitution. You are here. They sit on the House of Congress, they transform the Senate, no more go through. Then we bring something to replace it. But ever since Rollins threw constitution to favor him, JJ, what throw be a better cover after the 10 one or something that he will use to enjoy. And only nobody has come out to say, listen, I remember that Mills mentioned it when Timmy and Kufuor became once and when Timmy and Akufo-Addo, I'm not sure if he said something about constitution, but I know that Mahama have said it recently. It's almost some kana already there. Let's use that as a tool, starting from now. Now, you start to investigate. Any parliamentarians, look at the people who are running as a candidate, doctors, lawyers. The professional to say, I want to be a parliamentarian. Why? Because that's where the money is. At this time, Obin could clear millions of cities just to win a vote. It in a can you or rasa office wa a cabia wa bononte ya on koi. The corruption will still remain in that parliament. But now, here comes Ora. So Ora we start investigating them. Ubana befa bank now. You have to be accountable for it. Now the next person who want to be a parliamentarian will say that. Or say, no, I'm not going to do it. Mami be doctor. Mami be teacher. Mami because we are there so you pay dearly. A person it put some fear in that position or corporate. It's a bad study. It's already there. We shouldn't condemn it. At least it's a step in the right direction for now. Maybe with time, then we can implement and maybe add some clause and law. Then you're passing us even law. What you say? Because
I think the problem is young man or law no. Send you okay. Young law being share or nechi. No man to me or
thank you.
Obenya vim no de ako. But for now, no law no ni ho.
Exactly. So, now.
So more in the name. But
right.
There's no law that is behind the aura.
They
but
have
I was
to
a man of time mandate, you know.
Yeah.
So that they will be confident.
Right. And right now, the reason why Mama stand tall with this, if he want to add any law to protect them, you have the what you call legislature right now, Parliament Yodia, literally. It's let Abambabi and the parliamentarians sit down and come out with law to protect the aura. Now set up a constitution office. Obina Proto, here's aura office. So ultimately cover all that loot that went drain. If you me send no file be. Sikapa, if indeed is true, so Sika way if aura can trace it and get some of it, means but at least omunya if you 1/3 of it, and you may be organa. Hey, we really need that aura to work. We shouldn't. I repeat it 3 times. Condemn it. A very good step in the right direction for now. It will with time. Just like free SHS buy, yeah, Ghana for so much, but with time we realize that let's fix it. Aura should come that way. Now almost started. Now for BB if we're ready to go after, and then that a better your corruption so kakra. It's not going to be 100%, but at least a better put some fear. Because MPs, they are recollating the on-tiers of because Obeluzun the Gracia. Connection being contract in Ketinkiti be obeying Dintino. Enye ye. Kosha also you can say Sky the mom Mufankoya Mojuma constituency. Minimum MPB I mean money din. Sika the man sa I 1 million one constituency. Oko no oko see. Me pese obi see TF9 toilet. Ba kuno de or did see toilet no Emma DS6 Emma DS6 and oboso 1 million.
And 1 million no.
1 million uko bisa no so sika nam dia be project. You see?
Oh yeah, sure say 1 million and maybe MP share of the common fund or there.
I common fund because the promo for corner so bisa no say 1 million now you ask no and be nam dia project no e be nam because it from his own mouth. Me pese me boni din to put him on there. But we have to start this aura. Me mu on my bamu crap. Me who's be try to condemn it. Na me yam shame because if you are corruption.
I think the condemnation is only coming from the fact that there is no law. It's not person here Juma man law. No to me no fanya Juma. It's just as simple as that. Give the oral law.
What say no kind of fair. So ufo say what problem or one. Who now condemn no don't condemn it. Then moment catch and say listen, I did a good policy. It's in let's find a law to be back it.
Law near here. You cannot label it as good. A good intention.
Right.
Doing a work any yes, but you see, your Office of Special Prosecutor, that was the concept behind Office of the Special Prosecutor. And I went to me and yeah, Jumano. Attorney General Nakaso, when you say Juma Bruno, so Attorney General Jumano, so what I say, but a Bruno, so a shroud for one of shroud for Juma is to investigate things like that. Yoko, we have how many institutions in Mabuacho? AG, police, Shrad, Yoko, Office of Special Prosecutor, 5 institutions. 5 institutions. To me and it is how to be better one. You must do it right and get it right. From my law, no time, Chinaman special division say, Modi say, gather all the data, bring it to AG, prosecute the case.
So I think that's the whole.
Yes, but for now, there's no law. That makes the aura for the empire, the aura for no. So what I say? What you man want money to me? I said, "What for? Be you want money job description? What do I have to do? I also want the job description. No, who the into man alone or quite not the vim because it's obi kono obi the idea bonnet obi etiko for no pleading self defense. On what basis are you saying say oko because double salary example yeah okay. Evidence you are basing the one evidence. And that is why we must not turn Orano into another double salary issue. Because the obey can say, way, evidence way.
And I like
what kind of you might me for when evidence and must say the way anyway, you need to court approach. Come to me.
I don't think I'm lose the election.
Yes, if you want to want that, learn from your previous mistakes.
Right.
Okay, so all is about ya cheche apino soap one mo kalabule time no mo price control ya cheche go bebe do mo tribunal. A lot of people were prosecuted not based on proper law because a capitalist system ni operate here okoto ojene tensiria we have the right to sell it price and pay. So it is from military regime no. This is a civilian regime after almost 40 years. Yam koyechi man law no na ni pane kwa onim say me di tumi we na eko. I have the power to search. I have the power to arrest. I have the power to prosecute. I have the power to investigate. Straight, no.
Just like police are doing. The police you grab by fear, no care. You ask them your warrant of arrest. They have to show you.
Yes.
If there's a law behind it, in fact, I like that part. I think they can do it. To me, and you're too late. They just get into office. Yeah, some of them are listening because who set up committee they don't have any law behind them. It gives them that power to go forward now. They probably will go to somebody's house one who could be say, oh, you're from 4 years on the fee. They really need the law to back it, and almost concert they should go with the letter from whichever institution that they will be working with, whether special prosecutor office or attorney general office or the president himself. Oh, Kaukra letter, this letter from the president, letter from the special prosecutor, we are here to search you, or we are here to ask some few questions. You can force the person. If he decide not, all you do is you walk and take the report to whoever sent you. Say,
that's why I say the police for crime number 2. Now you two no say. Sometimes they be a agent, they can go back, get a warrant and come and catch you.
Yeah, come in. Yes.
No police without a warrant, the police have powers to search and powers to arrest.
Right.
But I told you a circumstance, the best okay, wait a minute, bench warrant about. No, I can't bench or no, I bet you at you.
Especially when you question him and to know your right. Especially when you ask the right questions. He scared them. No, my back. Okay. He's making a point. Let's go back and come back again. They really, in fact, I like the statement you get. They really need the law backing them. And yes, it will be a disaster. And I'm here because they made me with me dreams and pack. My dear Bansika. I mean, Medi. Namu Ora without any proper letter from the office of the president, and I say any attorney general be of no be now bomb pumpe because I mean we all go down.
Yeah. Because every day they want to hide.
Right.
That's right. Because oral committee is only collecting evidence. It's like a whistleblower center where citizens can go and divulge information. Yeah. Collecting evidence is a legal work.
Yeah.
Collecting evidence is a legal work. Into Obian to me about FSM collecting evidence. Say CID for crime investigation, but no actual. My ID card new, me a CID from so and so police station.
The name badges.
Yes. Into collecting, I don't know, here education baby and
but
I
think from now to the next 3 months, which is 120 days, Mama is requesting 4 months. Mama and the team should do something about it, because I don't want them to dissolve that oral team. I don't. And like I said earlier, if they started to investigate there, they should start from previous administration all the way down to Akufo-Addo. No, actually, I'm serious about this. I'm not for the bonnet, but because we didn't have any institution to investigate them, who said that I'm for rushing to be in parliament? People are eager. Obetimi toned it down in the fear, not the year campaign. Because within a possible time, every cry down your tone and 4 bedrooms. The next parliament of Econo, within 2 years, no 6-story building. They will rush and go leave their professions there and just go to wait. Already there, we really need it. Let's push it and let them do it right. That's the word I want to use for it.
Okay.
It's Emmanuel.
Yeah, that's it, baby. Yeah, that's it. Hey, what was mommy too?
No, me show headline. What's the Mahama facing challenges?
I picked it from graphic. I decided I never call graphic line. I just picked it from graphic. Graphic was saying TV baby a pile on the office because I will be up a position. And a lot of people are just giving pressure to. Let me go back to it. Hold on. Mama pressure like the party phone will be up a position. So that was what graphic published today on their. I think that's their front page or something like that. Well, this is graphic online, so I picked it from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And yet to and you want that because it's normal. Will be at an opposition for several years. Comedium, and also they've worked for the party. So at least SOBADD, that's the motto. OBABDD Peche.
OBABDD Peche.
So again, Oma filter resumes, or the CVs, now Oma appointed the right candidates. And yeah, that's all Ghanaians need. And more appointee these family and friends now meaning women who are on your competent crown no yeah. So back to oral team.
What's the law beyond back your more executive power pet?
Executive power, the president here now, executive power says, Satan no can say they are only to investigate. Satan no near so any in Tiafena. I'm sure now that he will try to do something. Say, Attorney General, me, I'm almost swearing in, and now maybe president the executive power be there, but I think they will go through parliament. Seeing what was done with Office of Special Prosecutor, no, any Yoko, they'll go through parliament to carve investigatory power for them. But for now, no, they don't have. That's why President Becheche will say they are only collecting data.
Oh, okay. But I mean, who anything wrong with data collection? I say any ordinary person walking on the street will be someone for survey questions. It's normal because more journalists want to cry most more effort estate, but to me call obi fie BBC or to me bisa question gather information ever publish it to the world say na maku normal and nobody will arrest you for it. Once I work bisa ni permission wa volunteer say willingly say or Bible offer certain information to you there. A voluntary whistle blowing. No. Idea most of the institutions there work Ghana say you could Shraj, no, they almost the office aircon airball, they don't go out and go here. I think that this oral will supplement their work. So if more to me field no and collect data and gather data in this oral should just supplement their work. But I don't think that they should create another institutions from this oral because institutions need also to put a burden on the public purse. This oral, no, they should just supplement the work of these various legal institutions. But the good thing is that
I was a voluntary said the all Canada will be part of information. Said the journalists sometimes people talk, sometimes they don't talk.
Yeah,
but we know what you say. President person would data.
Yes,
because of sending an of a Jericho and you say be more funny maybe.
Yes,
and if you want to make it mandatory for people to give information, there must be some law to force people to give you the information.
Yeah, but I say I need it because law be back here. To me coercive will be say, hey, give me information, else I'll do ABCD. Because until no voluntarily no say or no pa no their mouth. So I'm found mouse. But me who said most of the work they are doing no is Uncrophona offer the information. Where you see, confirm me and number validate. And all for no information, I want to make document. They have to go and validate that information. And yes, there will be, witch hunting people with no evidence. So to me, valid. And the good thing about this oral is that a pipeline of a dose or chain of process no dose because more gather this data. Almost back on my presidency. Now maybe presidency now filter. Now filter say okay we or this Yoku case or we or this OSP case. Now they are called. In that sense, all these legal institutions do sit up. And say Obiako Haidiako can't send me actually a OSP now feel what no so time more pen or obey juma. This one there say if office of the president who say any that no be forced to work. So why in juma within a certain timelines that we have to terminate your appointment. So that's the good thing about this oral. If you hear me that's it.
Yo, that's it so far. And the world boss no actually na doing I branch back or this year so no yeah doing say from day one it looked like a voluntary into see data protection is also needed to look at because if you lie about something and at the end of the day you will lose in court even if you go to court and data protection data protection law so your data protection law so because who's soon I was in my world boss and but when there was a world boss were fire the all kind of say the institutions now everybody Shrag, Yoko, Office of Special Prosecutor, Police, Attorney General over the years now they have not been as effective as they Ghana for your pay. So what I say, you oral for now supporting into here any other law for oral, but they can go under the existing laws now. Yoko money if one they can hide them under that, so that Nakaya the omono. I had to say a year first a field officer and tax force. Our mono information if you are not the attending a prosecute. Normally, I'm a police go and catch this person because on one café they would not have any power to arrest her. I got to so baby say if you are okay, the American say no contribution, no chop. At the end, no. And anyway, I can't buy baby sister same way. If the other one you must say, I'm joining you on just you made it. I go buy my next week. Ever some baby, but say the graphic can graphic is the expression. No man, they said and I love what word was kind. No man. About be aba power party for anything. Ama abroad yamu kwache cast. Na come. What the oppositions are now party. Omu na agiri omu kwakwaje. There's always a pile. It's a normal thing. And I'm not catching kupago so on tia. So be anka so be speculate undermine obia. It's a normal thing. For the public we are normal. MPP for by 92 with 2001 we saw it. Party for nyina kwaje adwuma in 2004 sa 2009 Professor Mills by 2016 it's a normal phenomenon that we've seen under Fourth Republic. It is a normal thing and the data is there. So I say next week. Thank you so much for joining. Majestica, thank you. Evans Akwesi, thank you. Also, so if it's not backed by law, why are they going to people's land and houses to stop them? Because, well, you can ask them when you meet them. Yeah, they sure what the fact says. The fact is that and you're backed by a law. But because a president actually data, data, normal farmer institutions now more backed by law. Attorney General on na emraman of kind say on prosecuting. And I'm a natural constitution. Or by a constitution or a constitution is a Attorney General and prosecuting. Into police for court, I more. Attorney General 2 minutes in one or the amount police for. Because you can't just go and prosecute. Abrochoko America and your police want to prosecute a office of district attorneys and no more prosecuting. Or might be under the law. Why? Law. And you say, yeah, we are sorry, we cannot do what we want. They are lost. Yen I have a so at a papa nominate law, and we are guided by the laws accordingly. Next week. Thank you so much for joining us this evening on Just You Made It. As I can say, cover production team, Mr. Johansson, DOP, Edibedi Akoni Adena, Damunia wants to send them a boy. Next week we shall meet. But heckling now cause of parliament the mom heckling. No, Nini also come on because America for dinner today. Yeah, they are catchy. But thank you and good night.